We're broadcasting live from Altamont, Kansas for the first time this season as we're inside the always historic and always noisy Harrison Gymnasium. Good evening, Grizzly Nation, as we welcome you just above courtside, not as close or as low to the court as we were a few nights ago in Mulvane, Isabel, but I'm Jack Leake alongside Isabel Redford, as this is your Tank Connection pregame show of Grizzly basketball, as we have also mentioned Lucas Hayward on our live stream tonight on YouTube. Punch in KLKC Sports, and we are live, but on the air. This is KLKC 106.7 Parsons. We're just under 12 minutes until tip here on the hardwood in Altamont. Labette County is taking on Wichita Collegiate. The Lady Grizzlies, that is, will be first, and the Grizzly men will be second. This is night number 2 of the Towanda Circle Classic of this year. As Isabel, I'll bring you in. The Lady Grizzlies looked a little bit out of sorts last evening against Mulvane on their floor, and they never got the pace where they wanted it, and they never got their rhythm in their favor.
Yeah, they definitely didn't make as many technical errors as they did in the game as Bonner Springs, but the big difference between those two games was the work ethic. They just could never really get anything going on the offense, and with Mulvane given as much defensive pressure as they were giving on the defense, it was just hard for them, I feel like, to just get in rhythm and keep up with the pace, and shots they did put up just weren't falling, so it was just a lot of unfortunate events for the Lady Grizzlies on Tuesday, so we are hoping to see them turn that around tonight versus Wichita Collegiate.
As it is definitely going to be hopefully one of the better opportunities at a bounce-back win. We kind of said that, so I don't want to jinx anything, but we referred to that after they got beat by Bonner in what felt like a game Labette County could have won against a really good Bonner team on the road. Labette County looked really, really crisp for game number 1. So game number 2, you thought, okay, you play like you did against Bonner, you easily beat Mulvane, right? Mulvane had other ideas. Coach Carpenter had her girls ready to rock, and they got beat, Labette County did, at what they do best. Mulvane pushed the pace. Labette County did not like how their own medicine tasted the other night, Isabel. So, like we were saying a little bit ago, we thought Mulvane was a bounce-back win, but hopefully this is a good bounce-back win because Wichita Collegiate, I believe they've only played one game this year. They started with the Towanda Classic. They did not have a non-conference to begin like Labette played Bonner. Wichita Collegiate did not have that starting game. They lost to the Lady Vikes of Parsons. Very, very solid squad are the Lady Vikings. They knocked off these Lady Spartans 56-33. Isabel, thanks for bringing up that stat. And Collegiate last season, the Lady Spartans went 1-19. They won just 1 of 20 games. They lost to Parsons 65-36. The 56-33 was the score of our game against Collegiate last year, which Labette won. So this is a Collegiate squad, Isabel. The Lady Spartans have struggled. So hopefully Labette can put their foot on their throat and get win number 1.
Yeah, definitely the kind of game that we expect to see tonight. They've seen this Wichita Collegiate team in the Circle Tournament years prior, so they kind of know what to expect. And I know Coach Vollmer's done her research, so we can definitely expect to see this tonight. And, with coming off of a loss, I know in practice yesterday, they definitely did a lot of work trying to fix up their mistakes. And Coach Vollmer making it aware that, we need to have better ball handling, their defense was good and it was solid, but it was just the offensive end of the floor that they could not get going. And so they definitely worked on that. So hopefully we will see kind of them mending their wounds there and, really running away with the game tonight. It would be awesome to watch them push the pace, run some good transition offense, and just get some buckets that they feel good about.
As even though it wasn't the best offensive outing for Labette County against Mulvane, their leading scorer was Ridley Cherney. She had 9 points, so nobody made it into double figures. The O'Brien girls, Landry was held to 7, and Caton was held to 6. They were the star of the show in Bonner, but Ridley has kind of been that steadfast senior leader and a post presence that every team needs. And even Coach Vollmer said in the Parsons Sun newspaper article today, we missed a lot of bunnies, and they did. And Ridley missed more than she definitely would have liked to have missed, as we see her shooting some jumpers from the elbow here in front of us. How can Ridley be not maybe, she's always productive and will be every game, just because of her motor, her work ethic, her nose for the basketball. But how can she maybe be a little bit more strong in terms of looking to score underneath?
You know, she definitely, I've seen her go hard in for rebounds. I've seen her, you know, crash the glass and make a splash down on the defensive end, and she does that on the offensive end, but I think it would be awesome to see her just take it, do a power dribble, go up and just kiss it off the glass.
Yeah.
Sometimes she can get a little too ahead of herself. While that can be a good thing on the defensive end when you're trying to go for the ball and you're not really worried about the fundamentals and how you're scoring, you're just trying to get the ball on your side. So I definitely think if she can just focus in and just, you know, I know she can make those shots. She's proven that to us. But if she can just focus, square up, and make a nice shot, we'll definitely see her points increase tonight.
This is the Tech Connection pregame show of Lady Grizzly basketball as the Lady Grizzlies make their way to their locker room with Coach Vollmer coming up the rear. The Grizzly band headed up by Mr. Wassenaar, sounding loud and proud this evening. Student section about filled up. We're still 6.5 until tip as they have their red and gold pom-poms. Over there we are facing the north side of the gym as Isabel, we can go ahead and rattle off a few more numbers as we do have a little bit more time before we'll take our first break of the pregame show. This is interesting. Labette County, not Isabel, Labette County averages about 40 points a game, 39.5 in terms of statistical perspective. Averages aren't a lot. I don't really like talking about averages. Nobody does. 2 games into the season, you don't have enough numbers to work off of. But out of the 40 points that they average, Landry and Caton O'Brien, Caton averages 13, Landry averages 10, and then after that it drops to Ridley at 6. So Caton and Landry, if you want to throw Ridley in there, that is a lot of your percentage of your points. And we were waiting. You said it. At halftime, Addison Rexwinkle was the leading scorer with 8 in the first half. She never scored again, but you said if Labette wants to win, they need a starter. As Addison came off the bench, they need a starter to step up and score. No one ever did. So hopefully we can see 3 or 4 girls join those 3 that I named off in double figures tonight, or at least produce.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, that's something that it's great when you have bench players that can come off the bench and score, but they never got anything going on the offensive end. And so when you have your main scorers not delivering, I mean, that's a prime example was that last game versus Mulvane of them not being able to make anything happen. And I mean, you end up losing that ball game. So it's definitely something that these Lady Grizzlies are going to have to work through who is going to step up when your starters are struggling? And if you are a starter, you know, what are you going to do to try to either facilitate your own scoring, or how do you facilitate a teammate's scoring to help them if they're hot to get as many points as possible? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, you know, which individual scored the most. It matters which team has the most points on the board. So that's definitely something that these Lady Grizzlies are going to kind of have to grow into and adjust to. And for the O'Brien girls, you know, being new and transferring in, it is a concept of how do you adjust to the culture? How do you, you know, turn those into scoring points and being facilitators on offense? So I think they're adjusting well. I think we've seen great potential out of these Lady Grizzlies. I think it's just continuing to fine-tune that and turn it into points on the offensive end.
We are 4 minutes from tip inside Harrison Gymnasium. Man, it feels good to say that. It took us about 2 minutes to get from my front door to Harrison's front door, and I'm a little bit more awake for this one. We'll see what the Lady Grizzlies can produce tonight. We'll take our first time out of the Tank Connection pregame show. It'll be a 60-second one here on KLKC Parsons.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
to the Tank Connection pregame show of Grizzly basketball on KLKC Parsons. I'm Jack Lee, alongside Isabel Redford. And Isabel, just looking down some of the overall team stats. Credit max preps for these. Labette County, in terms of rebounding, 27.5 rebounds a game. That's a lot.
That's really good.
With 13 offensive rebounds a game. I mean, I feel like it's kind of always been the case with, even with the transition from Coach Snyder to Coach Vollmer, I haven't seen because Coach Snyder teams were always so good at having just multiple second opportunities on the offensive end. And that's been the case through at least the first 2 games this season. But like we said a little bit earlier, it's been going up just that little bit stronger and actually scoring off of those second chance attempts. But how can Labette County continue to just crash the glass, keep that nose for the basketball, and keep themselves in it should they be down early?
Yeah, it's something that I think you're exactly right. It's been a thing that has been instilled in this Lady Grizzly culture. I know that they run drills just specifically designed for rebounding. I know that that is something that is really emphasized and these ladies take pride in. So I don't think that effort's necessarily an issue. I think it's when they get those rebounds to not panic. Because we're seeing a lot of these shots go up flippantly without much thought. And while sometimes playing, just in the moment can be a good thing, I think if it's rushed or anxious, then that's when the shots don't fall. So if these Lady Grizzlies can just, have that calm, confident shot, they're going to be just fine.
Labette County averages 11.5 steals a game. Landry O'Brien responsible for 4 of those steals, and her sister Caton, a junior, Landry, a sophomore, is responsible for 3.5 of those, as those 2 girls are dogs on the defensive end of the floor, and they are a nightmare should you be an opponent going against them, as it seemed like Labette County was a little bit gassed, or Mulvane was gassed. I am so sorry. Labette was gassed at the end of the game, but Caton and Landry seemed to be, blatantly honest, the only 2 swarming with not giving her man a cushion really getting after it, and they just have a motor that this team needs to slowly try and replicate a little bit and get behind. Starters are being rattled off here for Collegiate. It'll be number 2, a 5'6" freshman, Maddie Turns. Number 3, a 5'5" senior, Tatum Downing. Number 5, a 5'3" sophomore, Lainey Conrad. Number 15, a 6-foot-tall senior, Ariana Vincent. And number 24, a 6-foot-tall sophomore, Julia Herman. So Isabel, right there, we saw at Mulvane, their 6-foot center, Lauren Young, I believe, gave Labette County fits. Granted, she did get in foul trouble early, but Wichita Collegiate, a team that has struggled in recent history, has 2 6-foot-tall starters. One of them is a senior. Starting for Labette County is actually going to be Addison Rexwinkle tonight, earning her first start of the season after her great first half performance against Mulvane. Caton and Landry O'Brien. Audrey Dewey leads the team in assist at 1.5 a game, and Ridley Lynn leading scorer of last game with 9 points. As Isabel, I got to tell you, as this place will fill in, as there are actually right behind us brand new seats.
Yeah, they look really nice.
As over the summer, Labette County got together, administration, and put together really nice seating here on the south end. Used to be those old seats with the backs on them. Now they're updated, the plastic red seats with the backs on them. And it just makes this gym pop just that much more, but it feels so good to be back in this gym.
Yeah, it does. It's definitely one of those things where, one, it's nice not to have to drive 2 hours, but it's good to be back in the home court.
Both teams make their way to center court. Labette County still in the huddle for the moment. We're going to step aside for tonight's scene setter of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Broadcasting live. Meister for 3 in the lead! Yes! From the studio of KLKC Parsons, Wilson launches another 3, and it's pure for Shelby Wilson! This is Grizzly basketball on 106.7 FM KLKC Parsons. Unbelievable win! I cannot believe it! The tip's won by Wichita Collegiate, possession number 1 of game number 2 of the Towanda Circle Classic. Ball's tipped out of bounds off of Labette County. It stays with Collegiate. The road team, the Spartans, in their road blues. Looks kind of like the Parsons Vikings out there, if you want to have a picture in your head. If you're a Labette County fan, you know those well. Gold numbers, Labette County in their home whites with red numbers. Here's a shot underneath, no good. Rebound, Ridley Lynn. She's good at that.
And that was a solid possession there, getting defense and grabbing the rebound for Ridley Lynn.
Peyton O'Brien runs point for the first possession. Fast pace for Labette. Addison Rexwinkle wants the first 3 of the game and won't get it, and she's going to be fouled. I guess they're going to say long enough after she let it go that it's not on the shot. Foul number 1 of the game. That's going to be on number 15, Ariana Vincent. Her first. Caton set to throw it in, finds Ridley in the near corner in front of Coach Dylan Heath of the Lady Spartans. As Labette County's coached by Brianna Vollmer. As here's a turnover, Labette County. Landry throws it out of bounds to the Collegiate bench. Pass from the bench to half court, and Audrey Dewey's just going to take it away. Jump ball called. Possession arrow, Labette County. Audrey Dewey. You know, the O'Brien girls take over the statistical category of steals, but she holds her own there too.
Yeah, I was going to say, she is definitely one to watch when you have the ball in your hands, because she'll take it away as quick as you've caught it.
Landry O'Brien swarmed by 2 Collegiate players as Caton O'Brien knocks down the first 3 of the game. Assist from Landry, 3-0 Labette County, 55 seconds into this one.
And that's awesome for Caton O'Brien to get hot early.
Steal, Rexwinkle up ahead, Dewey. Bounce past Caton, looking for points. Number 5, she'll find him. 5-0, Caton O'Brien with all of them. 1 minute in, pardon.
And what a great way to set the pace here as a quick steal and transition. Looked beautiful by Caton O'Brien.
Collegiate not sure how to respond to the pressure. Double team, foul called. It was Rexwinkle and Landry O'Brien on the double team trap. They're in that death zone over there on the north side of the court.
And even though that ended in a foul there for the Lady Grizzlies, that was still great effort on defense and making sure their man was trapped in the corner. So just need to shore up those fouls, but great defense by the Lady Grizzlies.
Turns with it, throws it to the corner. A pass inside, tipped away by Caton O'Brien in the hands of Lynn. Right back to O'Brien. Euro step, puts it up, and it's a foul on Collegiate. She'll go to the line and look for her 6th and 7th point of the young evening. Tatum Downing on the block. That is her first and the second on Collegiate. First free throw good. She came ready to play, 6 points. And it's 6-0 Labette, if that says anything.
And we talked about this in pregame of needing a facilitator from the starters early, and we're seeing that with Caton.
Makes the second, and she gets a steal off the inbounds and banks it in! Caton O'Brien sticking with it, stole it from the inbounder and laid it in, nearly steals it again. This one tumbles out of bounds. Caton O'Brien with 9 points, stole the inbounds pass.
That was amazing. And she even tipped it there to get it. I mean, even though she didn't get the full steal.
Another one stolen by Landry, and she's going to go shoot 2 free throws as she's fouled on a layup attempt, as Collegiate is having a hard time throwing the ball in so far tonight.
I was going to say that press is a good call there by Coach Brianna Vollmer, as Collegiate is not adjusting well, and they're not even getting a quarter of the way down the court without the Lady Grizzlies giving them trouble.
Landry buries that right foot on the stripe and buries the first one. She'll get one more. Checking in for Collegiate, Langley Overman, a 5'9" sophomore, replaces Ariana Vincent. Landry with another attempt, spins it back to herself, one quick dribble and a pop, and she hits. 11-0 Labette County. Another steal from Caton off the inbound, but misses the left-hand layup, and a foul on Labette County as Caton O'Brien. I'm not sure if she's faking like she's running back and then snapping back at the last moment or what, but my goodness, she's stealing all the inbound passes.
Yeah, it's like they're passing it right to her or something. It's interesting.
As she steals it again, and her sister, who got the loose ball, Landry, travels. as Shelby Wilson's going to check in with Nevaeh Jones. They replace Audrey Dewey and Addison Rexwinkle. 6:09 to go, opening quarter. 11-0 Labette County in under 2 minutes of play. Caton with 9, Landry with 2. Here's a pass over the top of the Grizzly press. Out of bounds, lands in front of the dance team there on the north side. Another Collegiate turnover, as Isabel, they've only gotten in about one good half-court set.
Yeah, it has been very interesting to see. I mean, they're playing mostly right here in front of us. But they have just, Collegiate has not been able to break the press.
Skip pass to Landry, looking for 3, too strong. Rebound goes out of bounds. It'll be the team in blues ball, that are the Lady Spartans.
And you could just tell these ladies are just giving all they've got, but Labette County is just suffocating them.
Downing gets it off the inbound. She'll ride the hip of Nevaeh Jones, the junior. Pass over the top of the double team, right into another double team, and a foul on Caton O'Brien. Went for the jump ball, and a foul's called. That will be the third team foul in Labette County, matching that of Collegiate and Caton's first personal.
And if you're Collegiate here, I mean, you really just want to get a play ran. You want to get at least a good look at the basket, because you haven't even been able to see this end of the floor in quite a while.
Turns, crosses the LC Grizzly paw at midcourt, and gives it to the point guard Conrad, standing at 5'3". She's a sophomore. Right wing, dump inside, losing it out of bounds. Turnover Collegiate again. She was looking for Herman, the 6-footer. Checking in for the first time is Chloe Villagomez, a 5'1" freshman. First freshman we've seen tonight. She's one of the 4 freshmen on the varsity roster. She replaces Maddie Turns. 5:20 to go, first quarter, 11-0 Labette. Kick out, Jones, three-pointer, too strong. Backside rebound, Wilson. Foul on the freshman, Villagomez. Labette will throw it in underneath.
And we talked about this in pregame of just working to get those rebounds, and thankfully Shelby got herself in a good enough position that it drawed the foul, and now we're going to get to run a nice set inbounds.
Caton throws it in at the feet of Landry. In the short corner, she picks up her dribble and rotates. Lynn underneath looking for basket number 1. She's ripped to the ground. And a foul's called on Wichita Collegiate. That's going to be on Overman. 4th team on Collegiate and the first on Overman. Caton will throw it in again. It's been a repetitive process tonight, but I don't mind it, as it's resulted in an 11-0 Labette lead. Here's an inbound pass, nearly thrown away, picked up by Landry, pulls up from 12 off the left side. Lynn tracking down the ball, and they're going to say it's off her left leg. It'll be Collegiate basketball.
Still, though, a nice 12-footer there from Landry. Looked good.
Ellie Martin checks in for the first time tonight, replacing Ridley. 3 minutes in now, 11-0 Labette County, still picking them up full court. Ball goes in to Downing, in a double team, tries to retreat, can't do it, steal. Oh, they're going to say that Coach Heath of Collegiate got in the timeout before the steal. I'm not so sure, but he got it. 4:55 left in quarter number 1. 11-0 Labette County goose-egging the visitors from Collegiate. We'll step aside. 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
That is the voice of Amanda, our director, if you will, back at the station in Parsons. Thanks, Amanda, for all you do, as we have a foul on the inbound pass on, that was Labette County, right, Isabel?
Yes, I believe it was Addison Rexwinkle on that foul.
Oh, they got Nevaeh. It did look like Addison was in on the play. That'll be the 4th team on Labette, the first on Addison. She got her first start of the season tonight, as she is replaced by Audrey Dewey. 4:50 to go, first quarter. Point guard with it is Downing, working the right side. Throws it in front of the student section. Lane Simmons and Kendall Bebb, 2 offensive linemen, along with Daniel Easley. A few football players in the front row. over there, the student section. Here is Villa Gomez looking for her team's first point of the night, and she might find it at the free throw line as she's fouled underneath. This is a foul-heavy game. We have 10 total fouls, 5 by each team, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, it has definitely been, I wouldn't necessarily say they're calling every touch a foul, but it has definitely been a foul-heavy game from both sides, both teams here tonight.
As they are going to get Nevaeh Jones, that is back-to-back fouls on her as she's immediately replaced by Addison Rexwinkle. Villa Gomez misses the first free throw. Free throw number 2 for the freshman is good, and that is Collegiate's first point of the evening. They trail by 10. Labette County, though, meanwhile, has quietly not scored for a while.
Yeah, it's definitely something that they're going to have to continue with.
As Rexwinkle knocks down Labette County's second 3 of the game from the far corner. She scored 8 in the first half against Mulvane, and she's on her way to that tonight. 14-1, Labette County. Another steal maybe. Audrey Dewey, not so fast, but a travel on Collegiate, as I sure thought Dewey was going to rip that away. But she let the Lady Spartan tumble to the ground, and it resulted in a travel. But Addison Rexwinkle, her first 3 of the game. Labette leads by 13. Landry O'Brien checks back in for Shelby Wilson.
Yeah, that was a smart move there by Audrey, because even though she could have easily ripped it away, the Spartan was kind of getting ready to turn away from her, and so instead of going after it and resulting potentially in a foul, she just kind of let her go. So that was smart there by Audrey.
Here's Dewey getting by 2 Spartans, and then she'll throw it away. Good hands on the pass from Conrad. Up ahead, Gomez. She'll jump stop. Pass across the paint. Intercepted Martin. Halfway through the first quarter and ticking. Here comes Caton slowing the pace at the foot of the paw. Skip past Rexwinkle, left open. Right where she made it last time, chooses not to take it, reverses it. Both O'Briens had their hands on it. Now Caton gets by 1, gets by 2, crossing. Good pass across the paint. Martin finishes. 16-1 Labette. Beautiful move by Caton O'Brien.
And that was an awesome play right there by Caton. Good eyes to see Allie Martin there wide open underneath the basket, because she could have easily taken that herself, but way to have a selfless play there for the teammate.
Labette trying to sniff out yet another steal, and Caton getting a little bit handsy, slaps at the 6-foot Herman and gets called for her second personal. That is one thing. Sometimes when you lead the team in steals, you also might lead them in fouls.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that we have definitely seen a bit higher foul count out of Caton O'Brien, but that's definitely one thing that you can expect to see from somebody that is performing at a higher work ethic. As Shelby Wilson gets the steal for the Lady Grizzlies, and Addison brings it back down the floor.
Here's Landry underneath. Thanks, Isabel. Just trying to get our live stream tripod to work as Dewey misses a floater, rebounded by Downing. As I looked over and our iPads tilted, and one of the tripod legs came in a little bit, as we have a foul on Collegiate.
And I'm not exactly sure why the student section got so excited on that foul, but they sure did.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what it was
Kendall
about.
Bed jumped down from the first row like we just won sub-state, and all it was a foul on Collegiate.
I mean, I love the enthusiasm.
Here's Labette County in a half-court set. That is 2 personal. Or, well, I think it was just a turnover out of bounds. It was no foul.
Yeah.
As here's a pass out of bounds. It'll be Collegiate basketball with 2:34 on the clock, first quarter. Labette 16, Wichita Collegiate 1. Checking in is Overman, replacing Herman. For Collegiate, 16 fouls on Labette, 5 on Collegiate. A lot of free throws are going to be shot in the next 10 minutes of the first half. Breaking the press this time is Conrad, going coast to coast and throwing it to Overman. Catches it with her fingertips, misses a bunny. Rebound on the backside of the rim, Landry O'Brien. Clears space, up ahead, crosses midcourt, gets in the paint, floater, no good as she hit the deck hard. She's holding her left wrist as she looks real concerned. Landry O'Brien is real concerned about her wrist, as I think we might have a bad injury down here. As play continued to happen, and now the refs finally blow it dead as Chris Brown tends to Landry O'Brien, the sophomore. We hope she's okay, as she started to panic a little bit as we couldn't really get an eye on anything. as we're going to step aside for a 60-second timeout and hope that Landry O'Brien is okay.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during Couples Court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide.
She's still down being tended to. Coach Vollmer, Coach Wilson, Chris Brown, athletic trainer, Superintendent John Wyrick, and Principal Stacy Smith all tending to the sophomore standout. As you hate to see her go down. We still have about 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Labette leads by 15, but I don't think that's of anybody's concern in this gym right now, Isabella. That's a tough blow to take, and I mean, this game, life's so much bigger than this game. So I don't think anyone cares about what's going to happen the rest of the season or the rest of this game, as we're focused about the human being that is Landry O'Brien, who gets to her feet, as it wasn't a lower extremity. It's her left wrist as she's escorted off. That's a good sign to see. But definitely wasn't fun to watch that whole process, nor do I like having to commentate over those situations at all.
Yeah, that is definitely tough to watch because you hope that she's going to be okay, but the way that she was grimacing in pain, I mean, looks like they're going to be taking her out here, but you just hope the best for her.
As both teams is just kind of one of those timeout on the floors, of course, as it looks like Reagan Roberts is going to get in for her first varsity minutes of the season. Reagan Roberts is a junior, 5'7". Mom teaches first grade there at Altamont Grade School. Taught with my mom as she taught kindergarten, so I know Reagan and her mom fairly well. We wish the best for the junior. First varsity minutes, that's exciting, as here's possession number one as we try to get past that gloomy feeling of what we are assuming based off of what just took place, a bad injury for Landry O'Brien. You hate to see that. Meanwhile, Labette's in a half-court set. Audrey Dewey on the right wing working around the defender who's swarming her. It's Conrad. She'll reverse it. Now Lynn throws it right back to Dewey. Here's Rexwinkle right side. Lynn posting up underneath. Reagan Roberts flashes at the elbow. Kick out Wilson for three, and she'll get a three. Reagan Roberts with an assist. She's in the box score, and so is Shelby Wilson with her first three of the game.
Yeah, that was nice because especially when you're not necessarily expecting to go into a game. I mean, stuff like this happens, and when you're called up to play, what are you going to do? And Reagan Roberts looking very cool and very calm with that assist to Shelby Wilson.
19-1, Labette County leads it handily with 85 seconds to go in the first quarter. I could just say a minute 25, you know.
Yeah, you could.
It's like whenever people say their baby's 16 months old.
Yes.
That's one. Okay. I have some time.
Tell me how you really feel about that.
They're not shooting free throws yet, so I have time to waste your time. As checking in for Labette County, as we're really digging in to the bench here, which is a great thing to see, as I believe she replaced Nevaeh Jones, pardon me, as the free throw is missed. It was a front end, as it's rebounded by Labette County. Checking in is Aubrey Boss, a 5'8" sophomore, as she's twins to Kinsley Boss, a 5'8" sophomore. as they are definitely fun to watch in JV. When we get here early, we see the JV team play, and those Boss twins are something else.
They are, and it is fun to watch them. I'm excited for them to start moving up and playing some more varsity minutes because they are definitely producers on the floor.
Wilson will throw it in after it was kicked out by Collegiate. Wilson with it in the corner, reverses to Boss. She'll pull up from 10 and hit the bottom of the net perfectly. As Aubrey Boss looking like she's played every minute of every game this year.
Yeah, that was awesome and definitely something good to see out of your bench players that haven't had a lot of varsity minutes.
As here's a travel on Collegiate. As you know, I mean, whenever it might, I'm not making any assumptions. Miracles can happen for sure. But it doesn't look like you're going to have Landry O'Brien for a while. But that's my assessment, not the people tending to her as we speak. But it didn't look good. And so to bring in Roberts and Boss is definitely going to be vital. 40 seconds left in the first quarter, 21-1, Labette on top. Here's Boss, left open free throw line again, off the mark this time. Rebounded by Herman.
Yeah, and you definitely want to be able to bring these girls in and just start playing with them. Give them some experience. Let them feel what it's like to run at the varsity pace, and so far they're handling it fairly well.
Downing, double team by Boss and Dewey. Pass over the top of them is stolen by Wilson. Labette has 15 seconds to work. Dewey crosses half court with 12 on the clock. Boss in the far corner wing. In between both of those positions, ball rotated. 6 seconds. Roberts gives it to Wilson. They're looking inside. 3 seconds. Dewey is going to have to take a shot. 1 second on the clock. Comes off a Boss screen. Off to the left. But a good look for Dewey. At the end of one, Labette 21, Collegiate 1. We'll step aside for 60 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
About to be underway as Isabel, both teams are in the bonus. 13 combined fouls, 7 on Labette, 6 on Collegiate. As I'm not really saying that because of the score, Labette, won the first quarter by 20.
Yeah.
But it definitely makes the game a lot longer.
It does, because every time you had to stop, play, shoot free throws, and we're only in the second quarter, so that's a big deal.
Pass thrown out of bounds for Collegiate. That's been a common line tonight as Collegiate has turned the ball over numerous times. Here comes Labette County this direction, working left to right from the direction that we are facing. As here's Allie Martin at the top of the key. On the floor is Martin, Dewey, Lynn, Wilson, and Caton O'Brien. O'Brien dribbles into the chest of Herman, working inside. Off of Martin's knee, out of bounds. Nice bounce pass, but Allie Martin just couldn't quite handle it. 30 seconds into quarter number 2. Collegiate will have it. Labette still picking him up. Here's Caton O'Brien. Face guarding Downing, and now Dewey will back up on the ball handler turns. Now high free throw line area. Vincent dump underneath. Lands right in the arms of the referee. Out of bounds. Checking in for Labette County is Kinsley Boss. So both Kinsley and Aubrey have been in the game. And here is Kinsley's first varsity touch, right side in front of Coach Heath of Wichita. Here's a left-handed flip from Caton to Dewey, inside Lynn. Looking to face, and she got caught walking.
That was the right idea by Ridley, and like you said, just one of those technical turnovers, but still good ball movement on that possession by the Lady Grizzlies.
Here comes Overman up ahead, tipped out of bounds as Boss and O'Brien were in there on the effort. It stays with Collegiate, though, and they just can't get anything going at all.
No, and it's just unfortunate to see, because when you're the home team, you like to be up this much, you like to be winning, but it is a struggle for the Spartan girls as they continue to try to push the ball and work it around, but they're just not getting anything to work right now.
Turns, gives to Overman. Overman turns and gives to Downing, looking for any crease. Labette allowing no breathing room. Here's Turns, cut off short corner, poked away by Dewey. Nicely fell into the hands of Herman, who lays it in for Collegiate's first field goal of the basketball game. As we're going to have a charge on Caton O'Brien. I think that's her third. 8th on Labette County. It is Caton's third. Shelby Wilson checks in for her, and 2 Spartans check in. It is Maddie Babb for the first time and Chloe Villagomez. They replace Herman and Turns.
Yeah, and for Caton already to have 3 fouls this early in the game, that's definitely something that will come into effect next half of this ball game.
Villagomez loses it off of her feet and stood up with the basketball, and a jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow, Labette County. We haven't had as many jump balls as we're used to.
No,
it's been more just fouls
yeah.
in place of the jump balls.
Yeah, normally you do see several jump balls by this point in the game, especially with our girls' matches, but it's been fairly clean regarding that statistic.
6:20 to go first half. Wilson left with space, left wing looking for 3, number 2. Can't find it. Rebound Herman. Overman was replaced off of the bench earlier. Herman still in the game. Right wing with the basketball. Babb, first touch of the game. Here's a turn and a shot that's good from Herman.
That was a very clean shot by Babb as she just turned around and let it fly, and I don't even think it touched the rim.
Herman with 4, both field goals for Collegiate. Here's Dewey, now to the right elbow is Martin with it. Didn't really try much, gives it back to Dewey. Bounce pass Wilson and a push on Collegiate. And smiling as if she knew it was on her is Villagomez. And that will send Dewey to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. That's 7 on Collegiate, Labette County with 8, and the second on Villagomez.
Yeah, now this game, I mean, you're still up by, oh, I should not have said that. Can't do math that fast. You're
16.
Still up by a fair margin.
What'd you get on the ACT again? 43? As Dewey misses the front end, and Collegiate just can't get anything going. They just throw it out of bounds on the press break. As Dewey was just in the 1-and-1, so she didn't get a second free throw, but Collegiate turned it over. Wilson will throw it in. The senior finds Dewey. Dewey at the logo at midcourt. Labette County working left to right, Collegiate right to left. 5:30 first quarter, Wilson right side. Closed out by Herman, back to Dewey. Ball being worked around the timeline. Here's Wilson left side, closed out by Herman. She is absolutely everywhere. No, not everyone's last name is Herman. She is just everywhere. Running baseline, guarding both corners. Dewey hits the deck and is fouled for foul number 30 of the game. Just kidding, foul number 16, but it feels like 30.
And like I was saying earlier, this game isn't necessarily about free throws yet, but Labette County can really extend their lead here by making these 1-and-1 free throws.
Ridley Lynn Cherney can't hit the front end, won't get a second. Rebound Collegiate. They're looking to push the pace now, something Mulvane exploited Labette County in the other night. Here's Herman looking for her 6th straight point, can't do it. Rebound Dewey, clear space. Villagomez hung around a bit, then gave up on Dewey. Wilson up ahead, full steam. Slows down Dewey. Vollmer calls in the set play. Grizzly with 5 minutes and counting. The freshman guarding Dewey as tightly as possible. Dewey not wanting to switch to that left hand, sticking with that dominant right. Martin right side finds Boss. It is Kinsley underneath. Double team, loses it, got it back, and a travel.
Yeah, and she just had 2 of the Collegiate girls just right in her face, and so that caused her to just, again, with one of those just small technical errors.
Conrad, a starter for Collegiate, checks in for Villagomez. As point guard is Turns. She just checked in as well. 4:30 to go in the first half. Labette by 16. But ever since the end of the first quarter, it has been stale. Just 1 point in the second or actually, no, all of them. Labette County hasn't scored in the second quarter, Isabel, as another collegiate turnover.
Yeah, that's something, I mean, if Collegiate was scoring a lot more, that's definitely something to be concerned about, but we need to work on that offensive production.
Bounce pass inside to Ridley, and she'll clean it up as Ridley knocks down the first bucket of the second quarter for Labette. It's 23-5, Labette County on top.
And that's got to feel good if you're Ridley, because the offense just needs some kind of production to just get them going again. You can tell that Collegiate's just kind of outworking them effort-wise right now, even though they're not getting anything to fall.
Conrad looking for one just inside the arc. Long rebound. 4 different girls on the deck. Boss in there as well, as she was kind of riding the backside on the floor of Herman, who is the most active Spartan by a mile. And Overman will check into the ball game for Babb. Jump ball results in possession Collegiate.
That is one thing you can't discount these Lady Spartans on, is their work ethic. They are doing everything they can, but Labette giving them about all they can handle.
Conrad flips it to Overman, who drives, air balls a floater. Looked like it was rejected by Boss. She looks a little bit sideways at the near official as she's called for the foul. Oh, they give it on Martin. But still, Boss must have disagreed with it. That's Martin's first and the team's 9th, as making the first free throw is Overman.
As the student section was disappointed, they tried to scream and throw Overman off track, but when that ball went through, they kind of
it's
got a little
disappointing.
disappointed.
All that work for nothing?
Yeah.
As she misses the second when the student section did absolutely nothing. Maybe that is the key. As rebound Labette, and Coach Vollmer doesn't like what she sees, and I'm not so sure I do either. A little bit stale is Labette County, but man, I got to tell you, we'll keep it here. It's a full timeout. It is hard to, and even I in my announcing am having a hard time getting over the Landry O'Brien injury. And maybe, it initially seemed worse than it was, and I pray that's the case. But, whenever she's down for a whole 60-second timeout and the 30 seconds after that, she's tended to by all the administrators. It just sucks all life out of everybody in the gym. It's hard to get over that.
Yeah, and as somebody, I've broken either one of my wrists, I've broken them a total of 6 times. And I'm not saying that's what her injury was, but just watching her down there brought all those memories back, and it is the worst pain. I mean, it is awful, and just the way that her arm was and just how she was just in utter shock. I mean, I feel for her. It is just, it's the worst. So I'm praying that is not what it is. But from personal experience, it just, I just feel for her. So it's definitely difficult to get over.
As the only reason I chuckle is because I know how you've broken them a few of those 6 times.
All right, we don't need to discuss that.
If you ever feel led to share with us, I'm sure we could all use a laugh after an injury like Landry took tonight. Wish the best for her. 23-6 Labette County, as that was a fast 60 seconds.
Yes, it was.
3.5 to go in the first half, but man, it's been a drag. About midway through the first quarter, each team was in the bonus. About to be the double bonus. Here comes Audrey Dewey with the ball fresh out of a Coach Vollmer timeout. Double team, finds Wilson. Wide open for 3, but doesn't take it. Dribbles into a tough spot in the short corner. Finds Dewey cutting to the rack. She'll square up, shooting a charge. How is that a charge?
I am not sure.
How's that possible?
I kind of disagree with that call, but that is the way it's gonna look.
As Coach Vollmer is like, what? What happened? And the ref says that Audrey put her elbow into her. Regardless, it is collegiate basketball. Walking it up is Turns. Now transitions into a jog, throws it inside, and has to come get it as it was poked. Now it's in the hands of Downing. Boss gambles on a lane, misses, 3-pointer, too strong. Rebound Ridley, Lynn Cherney. Here comes the bet with 2:50 to go first half. Boss up ahead, finds Wilson. Nice look, short corner, head fakes. One dribble. Cherney underneath, finds Boss in the short corner. Back to Wilson. She'll square up from deep and hit from deep. Shelby Wilson, number 2. Second 3-point shot. Man, say that 5 times fast. That's hard to say. Oh, my gosh.
But, yeah, that was a beautiful shot by Shelby, and Collegiate just left her open just a little bit too long. And when she's comfortable shooting from way out there, she'll hit them every time.
26-6, Labette County. Dewey tries to tip it and can't quite get high enough in the hands of the 6-foot-tall center. Herman with it underneath on the block, double teamed, and a foul on Labette County. As that's going to be on Allie Martin. That's her second and the 10th team, so 2 free throws for Herman.
As earlier I was saying they weren't calling touchy fouls, but now I'm going to have to retract that statement.
As checking in for Collegiate is Overman. She will replace Vincent, as Herman, who's shooting free throws, has been their lone source of production, as she has 4 of the 6, Isabel.
Yeah, she has definitely put effort into all she can handle tonight as trying to make something work for this Collegiate offense, but still, with just her putting in that effort, it's not enough to keep up with these Lady Grizzlies.
As she misses the first, and she has 1 more left, as Collegiate, as a team, is 2 for 5 from the line. 3 for 6, as Herman knocks down the second. She has 5 of the 7 Collegiate points. 2:12 first half. Another substitution. Villa Gomez replaces Conrad. And Vincent checks back in for turns. Ball is in the far corner. Now Martin right back to Rexwinkle. Nice flip inside to Lynn. Takes a power step, puts it up and scores. That is Ridley's bread and butter. And she put it on there pretty good.
Yeah, that was definitely a confident, again, something we talked about in pregame. That was a confident shot by Lynn going in so well. But even a better toss in by Addison Rexwinkle. I mean, I did not think that was going to get to Ridley, but she saw the lane and took it.
Travel on Collegiate as Caden O'Brien still on the bench with 3 fouls, but then again, Labette's up 21. This is good for some of these girls to get experience. What a pass inside, and 1 for Ridley Lynn Cherney. But my goodness, what a pass from Allie Martin. That was unbelievable.
That was an awesome bounce pass. I heard the thud way up here.
Yeah,
and
it was
she
a
threw that with authority. But that's exactly how you get around a defender there, is just bounce it, pass in hard to the post, and let Ridley do the rest.
Ridley with 6 points in the second quarter. Make it 7. Completes the 3-point play as Martin was standing at the free throw line. Lynn's posting up under the goal. And Allie just kind of puts it above her head and just basically slams it to the ground.
Yeah, that was.
But in perfect poetry.
It was awesome.
90 seconds and counting. Good dump to Herman. Overestimated where she was at and way overshot the easy layup. Did the 6-footer, and a foul going the other way off the rebound. And it's going to be free throws on this end of the floor. I think it's Boss,
yes,
Kinsley, who is going to be shooting the free throws, as her sister Aubrey made a bucket earlier.
Yeah, and that was good composure by Boss. It could have been really easy for her to just kind of give up, fighting for that ball, and it ended up resulting in a foul, but she could have easily lost it and given a turnover to Collegiate underneath their basket.
Airball's the first and just kind of makes a comedic gesture, and she's ready to go for free throw number 2.
Yeah, that's just when you got to just shake off. Everybody's got those.
Yeah, oh my gosh, man. I hit a 3 off the backboard, the side of the backboard. No, I missed the 3 in the Powerade scrimmage freshman year.
Oh, that's nice.
I was like shaking as much as one of those at-home workout things. My gosh. Kinsley makes the second. Her first varsity point this season won't be the last. 32-7, Labette on top. Here's a steal. Nevaeh Jones dribbling with her head up, switches right hand to her left. Rexwinkle cleans up. Jones miss. It'll be 34-7, Rexwinkle.
That was a strong effort by Jones because she took it with her left hand the entire way, but way to get in position for Addison, because that was just a nice putback and something you don't always see on those transition plays.
Rexwinkle gets her hand on another pass but can't get it. Beating her to it is Downing. Downing switches right to left in the corner. Villa Gomez hits a 3. Collegiate's first 3 of the ball game, and Villa Gomez, the freshman, she has 4 points.
That's got to feel good if you're Villa Gomez, because trying to get something to go all first half, and that being your first 3 is tough, but it might be the breaking of the ice for these Collegiate Spartans.
Rexwinkle has it in the corner with 25 on the clock and just loses it out of bounds. Dribbled it too high and just kind of lost it. So Collegiate will have it fresh off of their first 3 of the game. 20 seconds. Here they go. In a half-court set, they trail 34-10. Labette in the 2-3 zone. Ball's right side in front of the student section. Working it back around this side. In the corner, Villa Gomez, fresh off of a tray, reverses it right back to Downing. High post, now kick out, 3-pointer, no good. Labette with just 1 second. Jones is going to try to get off a half-court heave. Looked good, but I don't think she got it off in time. So at the end of the first half from Altamont, Labette County leads the visiting Lady Spartans 34-10. With a comfortable 24-point lead, they put 10 seconds on the clock. We'll step aside for 2 minutes and come back with our Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show on KLKC Parsons.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
Show. This is Grizzly Basketball on KLKC. We'd like to thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. Again, Labette Health, we appreciate you for powering all of our Grizzly athletic broadcasts. Other sponsors include
Other sponsors for tonight's game include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clements Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connections, Wood Insurance Center, the Unified School District of USD 506, the Corner Store of Altamont, Day and Zimmerman, and SEK Orthopedic.
Thank you, Isabel. As tonight's game, at least not now, isn't as exciting, at least in the terms of it's a close game. Labette's
yes.
So I appreciate you reading those still, but my voice is doing okay tonight. 3 games in a week does, or actually 6 games, boys and girls games. I mean, that wears a little bit on the cords, but I'll be okay. Thank you, thank you. Labette leads by 24. 8 different scores for Labette County in the first half, Isabel. Kate O'Brien with 9, and I swear all those 9 came within the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I think so.
I genuinely think that's true.
And 2 or 3 of those buckets may have been off of steals on the press break.
Off of inbounds
Yeah,
passes.
off the inbounds is from Collegiate.
Yeah, so Kate O'Brien made a huge impact, then picked up her second, and then quickly after her 3rd personal foul. So she was on the bench for a lot of that second quarter. Let's see. Ridley Cherney with 7. Shelby Wilson with 6. Hit a 3-pointer in each quarter. Addison Rexwinkle with 5. Landry O'Brien with 2, made it 2 free throws in the first quarter, went out with a wrist injury. Was that late? Yeah, that was about with 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yep.
Landry went out. Aubrey Boss and Kinsley Boss combined for 3. Aubrey with 2 and Kinsley with 1. Allie Martin has 2 points as well. But, Isabel, adversity, Landry goes out. Hope she's available as quickly as possible. Caton picks up 3 fouls quickly.
Yeah.
Adversity molds teams, and it has allowed the Boss twins to come in, and they've looked comfortable. This helps this team in the long run.
Yeah, and I definitely think, the way that Collegiate's played, we'll see how they come out in the second half. I'm sure their coach is going to motivate them, to really try to get out there, get some things going. But in a game like this where you're up 24 and you're really able to kind of have some of that flexibility to work, I think it's great. It is so unfortunate that Landry has had to go out. But it's been good for these other girls to come in and get some experience, to be able to, get some ball touches, make some points, because that does build their comfort level, and that does create just a tighter-knit team, because it's like, hey, let's go out and win this for her. Let's go out and play together. So I think that is some really good things that we've seen out of them tonight, and hopefully that will continue here in the second half.
Lady Spartans obviously with just 10 points on the scoreboard. Leading the way, Herman with 5, Villa Gomez, a freshman, with 4, hit a 3-pointer late in that second quarter, and Overman with a free throw. As Isabel, it's one of those games where you can play an average second half and it looks like you'll probably pull out the win, but then again, you could ask Coach Vollmer this. She's not going to, there might come a time where she'll drop back in that press and let up a little bit in those terms, but you never want to take a blowout and don't look at it as an opportunity not to get better.
Yeah.
This is where you rotate different lineups. This is where you practice your half-court sets. And this is where you tidy up some of those things that have lost you the last 2 games.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because getting real game time experience is so much different. They can practice this stuff all day long in practice, but to be able to really come out against just a different team, it's in the circle tournament, to be able to come out and do it that way is a whole much different feel and much more real-life experience that will prepare these Lady Grizzlies for further games that may be tougher, that may, have them really bearing down and having to battle to win a lot of these games. But I definitely think it's a good thing to be able to work through all these different things, and hopefully Coach Vollmer will continue to experiment with her lineup and her rotation, and to be able to use some of the things that they want to clean up, because I know that she's going to want to see, who's going to work the best on the floor, how's everybody gelling. It's the 3rd game of the season, so there's still a lot to, learn, and what better way to do that in a real game.
And I don't want to forget, as the Lady Grizzlies walk out, Reagan Roberts was one of the first ones out of the locker room. Reagan Roberts, a junior, got in the game as well and assisted Shelby Wilson. A nice assist. Here right in front of us in the near corner for Shelby's first 3 of the game. So Roberts getting some action as well. We're 2.5 minutes away from second half action. This has been the halftime show of Grizzly basketball, brought to you by Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore, Newland, and Ray. We're going to step aside for a 2-minute timeout and come back with third quarter action on KLKC Parsons.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you're having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Caden O'Brien back in the game, playing with 3 fouls for Labette. Here's Addison Rexwinkle underneath, scoring the first bucket of the game in the second half for Labette County. 36-10, they lead.
And that was a nice backside bucket there by Addison as she just took a cool, calm shot off the glass and it kissed it right in.
Ball tipped out of bounds, I believe, by Shelby Wilson. Left side, Gomez, second three-pointer off the mark. Rebound, Wilson, outlet, Audrey Dewey. Skip way up ahead, O'Brien, head fakes, jabs, tries to go around Herman, hits the deck and loses it. Here comes Villa Gomez, up ahead, stolen by Cherney, and she traveled, as that's so unfortunate, as it was a great play by Ridley. She did nothing wrong, as she knew she was about to travel and passed it, but didn't get it off before that foot hit the ground.
Yeah, she was moving right through the passing lane, so great effort there by Ridley. Just an unfortunate turn of events as her momentum carried her away.
As here's a steal, getting her hands on it was Dewey, up ahead O'Brien, lays it in for two. Caden O'Brien putting her fingerprints all over the second half as she scored 9 in the first 4 minutes of the first quarter. And already instant impact here. Here's a pass read well by Jones, just teched in. Steal, goes behind the back, snatches it back, jumper no good. Rebound O'Brien, up under, left hand, around the rim, no. Rebound Lynn, her putback is pure. Ridley Lynn. Underneath is a force to be reckoned with.
And that was an amazing putback by Ridley Lynn as she just, like we talked about, continuing to fight to get those buckets. And eventually the Lady Grizzlies got one to fall. So great effort by all three of those ladies down on that end.
8 points scored here partway through the second half. Steal by Caton, up ahead, left hand, and one. Not quite, but she'll shoot 2 free throws as she was tracked down by Conrad, with whom she stole the ball from. 2 Collegiate Spartans set to check in, as I mentioned, 8 points scored in the second half, and there have been 4 two-pointers made by 4 different Grizzlies, so scoring all around for the team in white. Caton O'Brien at the line shooting 2. First free throw is good. Turns, checks in. As well as Overman, as the second free throw is good as well. As she's at 13, which is her average on the very, very young season. 3 minutes into the third quarter, 44-10, your Lady Grizzlies lead it. Pass is whipped underneath and a foul's called either on Ridley or Nevea. It was a nice entry pass from Turns. They get Ridley.
Yeah, that was just, I think, unfortunate position on Ridley, but that was only her first foul.
Yeah.
So not too much of a loss there.
Uncontested jumper from Turns comes up short. She was left unguarded in the short corner. 4:50 and ticking away. Lynn, high post, Turns, kicks. Caton looking for point. 16, she hits! Three-pointer, Caton O'Brien. 16 points for the junior.
And a great, Ridley looked all the way across the floor, hit Caden wide open, and she sunk it right in the middle.
Turns, flips it to the near side in front of her head coach. Risky pass to Herman, but she comes down with it around Dewey's front side. Three-pointer off the glass, no good. Rebound, Rexwinkle. Held it too high, almost had it stolen, but finds Dewey, luckily. 4:20 to go in the third. 47-10 Labette. Here's Nevaeh Jones. Head fakes, drives, touches the paint, and that's going to be a charge.
Yeah, and she definitely went down the lane with authority. running into a set Spartan defender.
Allie Martin checks in for Ridley Lynn. Allie Martin's done a nice job tonight as man. I mean, Ridley's the starter, but I mean, what better, I don't want to say replacement because I don't think you should put that label on a player coming off the bench, but what a better stand-in. Pretty much the same thing, I guess. Yeah. I can't think of another term. I'm stuck.
I'll break out the thesaurus.
I'm stuck. But Allie Martin is a fantastic replacement, I'll just say, for Ridley Lynn.
Yeah, those two both work very well down in the post, and so you don't really miss either of them when they're gone because they work so well for each other.
Dewey steals it away from the Spartans. Here she comes the other way, getting by one Spartan. Now two, finds Wilson. Underhand layup, good. Great ball movement by Audrey Dewey, finding Shelby Wilson for her 10th point of the night.
And Shelby could have easily hit it off the glass, but she just laid it in really nicely.
Pass blocked by Kaiten O'Brien, and guess what? She's at the other end, laying it in for two. She has 18 points, 3.5 to go, third quarter. Foul count definitely much lower. 3.5 to go, third quarter. Pass across the paint is tipped and stolen by Kaiten O'Brien. Here she comes. Oh my goodness, she's unbelievable. Already nearly inside the paint as she's wasting no time. Wilson hits a wide open Martin, steps into it and scores. Labette County is playing a Collegiate in a chess match, and I'm not sure Collegiate is at the table playing.
Yeah, it definitely, that was a beautiful transition offense on this last possession here by the Lady Grizzlies, and Allie Martin was left wide open on the post position.
Timeout, Coach Heath. We'll take 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
.304 to go, quarter number 3 from Harrison Gymnasium. Jack Leak alongside Isabel Redford. Lady Grizzlies lead the Lady Spartans of Wichita Collegiate 53-10. Collegiate has not scored in the third quarter. Well, it's been all Labette all game long. Collegiate with it. O'Brien with her hands on it yet again. Villa Gomez throws it inside, looking for Overman, tipped out.
Allie Martin is definitely doing her part down on the post as she had a nice wide open shot on the previous possession and just had a nice tip on the ball here. She's playing excellent defense right now.
Pass thrown in quickly in the hands of Conrad. Shoots a three and misses. Rebound Reagan Roberts and a good outlet up ahead to Rex Winkle. Roberts has an assist and a rebound. Here's a turnaround from the short corner by Kaiten O'Brien. No good, but sticking with it is going to be Kinsley Boss, and she pokes it out as they have just put it on Collegiate in the full court.
They sure have, and that was a nice effort by Kinsley of just continuing to follow it. I feel like they're starting to pick up kind of that, all work mentality that we've seen out of some of our players. And I think it's kind of catching on with these other girls.
Three-pointer off the bottom of the backboard, rebounded by Kinsley Boss. Rex Winkle pushes the pace hard to Roberts. Boy, are these good minutes for some of these inexperienced players at the varsity level. Kaiten O'Brien swerving, shooting and missing. Good look though, went in and out. 2 minutes to go, rebound Collegiate. Third quarter.
Yeah, definitely a nice look by Kaiten. Just unfortunate that she couldn't get the ball to go through.
Villa Gomez running the point, the impressive freshman for Collegiate. Has the basketball on the far left side of the court. Now short corner, hitting the deck hard is Roberts. You could hear her slide across the hardwood as it's thrown nearly out of bounds, saved by Boss, and now a jump ball is going to be created underneath the rim, and possession arrow is going to stay with Collegiate. Audrey Dewey checks in for Kaiten O'Brien. Overman tosses it in the hands of Conrad. Now the Rocks with Villa Gomez. Launches a deep three, didn't hit the rim nor the net. Lands on the baseline stripe. It'll be Labette County ball.
Yeah, and that's just something, I mean, again, that's another one of those things you just got to shake off. And, I mean, it's good experience for the freshman, as it looks like she's going to be someone Collegiate relies on here in the coming years.
Here's Dewey at the volleyball line, throws it to Roberts, tipped out of bounds by Conrad. And Conrad did say it was off of Roberts, and she was 100% correct. It was tipped by Roberts. Possession, Wichita Collegiate. As checking in for the first time is here Barrett, a 5'9" freshman.
As Collegiate is still trying to do everything they can to get something to work on offense.
Yeah, as they've really had a hard time in all three phases. Back court, front court, full court. Here's a pull up for Conrad, too short. Roberts tracks it down. That's rebound number 2 for the junior. 60 seconds and counting, third quarter. Labette by 43. Dewey gets by the hip of Conrad, stuck in the short corner and just hurls it as the backcourt's going to be saved by Boss. Into the hands of Roberts. Now Dewey turns, shoots, and it's blocked. It looked like by Herman anyways. 40 seconds, a steal by Boss. It was tipped by Dewey. Underneath Dewey, left hand, good. Great possession. Switching offense to defense from Boss and Dewey.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. And Kinsley Boss looks like she is just having a lot of fun out there tonight, which is such a good thing to get your young players some really good varsity experience. So she'll definitely be someone I think we get to see a lot more of moving forward this season.
Dewey's first score of the game, 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here's Villa Gomez. Now 10 seconds. Here's a three-point heave. No good. Rebound Boss. As man, right on her back was Overman, and Overman's going to be called for the foul as Boss was in good position, but Overman sure made it ugly for her.
But yeah, definitely a good way to battle. I mean, you can't be afraid of contact when you're under there. And I mean, Overman definitely outsizing her, but Boss still fighting for the rebound.
4 seconds on the clock. A pass intercepted by Overman. Makes do for her foul on this end, and the buzzer sounds. Collegiate won't quite get across half court. At the end, a three from Altamont. Labette 55, Wichita Collegiate 10. They held the Lady Spartans scoreless in that third quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds for quarter number 4 on KLKC Parsons.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Fresh out of the timeout, Caton O'Brien cashes in a three from the far corner, right in between the student section and the group of cheerleaders on the right side of the northwest corner. Caton O'Brien putting on a show tonight. Here's the first bucket of the second half for Herman. She has 7.
And that's definitely encouraging, but hard when you have not scored for a full 8 minutes of play for the Lady Spartans.
Here's Dewey finding Wilson, gets her man to bite and settles for a floater that trickles over the front of the rim and in. Shelby Wilson having a nice night. She's up to a dozen, and I feel like that's good for her.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially right there, that's something that floater isn't something you traditionally see out of her. So good work of just kind of, trying to get the ball to go in different ways. Shelby Wilson.
Babb finds Herman at the free throw line, who's fouled on her shot, and she will shoot 2. Again, she's responsible for 7 of the 12 collegiate points as the clock is running now. So this fourth quarter will fly by. Herman takes a deep breath. Long routine. Bends, shoots, and misses. Right side a little bit long. She'll get one more crack at it. On the blocks are Nevaeh Jones and Ridley Lynn near the elbows. Right by Herman are Caton O'Brien and Shelby Wilson. And back by the paw is Audrey Dewey. Here's one off the backside. She goes 0 for 2. Rebound O'Brien. And guess what? She's already touching the paint and kicking it out. Here's Dewey cradling left hand. Kick out Wilson. She'll square up. And it's too short. And she's fouled on the shot or afterwards. As they're going to say afterwards. That happened earlier in the first quarter. I forget who shot the three down here.
It was Addison.
As she shot it, a foul was called, but it wasn't a shooting foul.
Yeah.
But even if you don't give the person room to land,
you're still,
and the shot has still well taken place, that's still on the shot.
Yeah, that is true. But
oh well.
Still good transition offense though by the Lady Grizzlies as they were really pushing the pace.
It's 60-12, so I shouldn't be complaining. Here's Lynn underneath. Off the glass, it's good. Now that is a nice shot to see from Ridley Lynn Cherney because it's a little bit different. A deeper shot, had to hit in a certain spot off the glass, and if she finds that, I mean, she's going to be a force.
Yeah, especially having to shoot over somebody else. I mean, especially later in the season when she faces some taller post players, that's going to be really nice to have in her toolkit.
Missed shot from Collegiate, and on the other end, O'Brien finds Dewey across the paint, and the bucket's good. 64-12, Dewey with 4 points, all in the second half. 4 minutes, 50 seconds and counting. As traveling is Herman.
And that is just unfortunate for the Lady Spartans, as they have just struggled to get anything going here tonight.
4 Grizzlies check in on the floor for Labette County. Aubrey Boss, Kinsley Boss, Nevaeh Jones, Allie Martin, and Reagan Roberts. 4.5 to go. Labette up 64-12. Yes, you heard me right. Here's Roberts, left open from the line. She'll hit it!
Nice.
The free throw line, that is. Reagan Roberts with a score, 2 rebounds, and an assist.
Yeah, if you're Coach Volmer, you are very happy with how your younger squad has put up a performance tonight.
Foul underneath on the shot from Babb. I think they're going to get Boss, Kinsley, or they get Aubrey. Man, that's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
I mean, Landry and Caton look a little bit different, but Aubrey and her sister, Kinsley, what's that called? Identical twins?
Yes.
Or, I mean, I'm talking identical. I don't care what it's called. They look the exact same. So that's going to be tricky. I'm just going to have to remember their numbers.
Yeah, that'll help.
Missing the first and the second is Collegiate. Here's a rare throwaway from Roberts, and a nice shot over her. Babb makes up for her free throws, and she hits the first bucket since Herman's last, so only 4 points in the second half for Collegiate. Here's Boss with it on the left wing, flips it to Aubrey. It was Kinsley with it prior. Now Nevaeh Jones right side, 3 minutes and counting. Roberts backdoored, but nobody saw her. Here goes Kinsley, bounce pass. Nevaeh squares up from deep, misses strong. Rebound Martin, and she'll clean house. Allie Martin, high basketball IQ, knew to be on that backside as the shot came from the far right.
Yeah, she definitely has not shied away from the putbacks, and that is a good thing if you're on the Lady Grizzlies.
Travel on Babb, as before it was called, she put her head down and dribbled the ball firmly. She knew it was coming. 2 new Spartans check in, a few new faces tonight. Sam Gunjuro is on the floor as well for Collegiate, as well as Katie Engel. She's new tonight on the floor. Chloe Villagomez, good freshman for Collegiate's on the floor. Ariana Vincent, as well as Lainey Conrad. 2:15 to go in the ball game. 68-14, all Labette. Martin underneath. Almost had it stripped away, but maintains. Finds Jones. She'll drive. Pull up floater. And one for the junior. Nevaeh Jones. She's been hunting a few points tonight and finds a couple here late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, she had a drive earlier where they got called on a charge on her, and that was just unfortunate, but she's been wanting to clear the lane, and so that was a nice play to see out of Nevaeh.
70-14, running clock from Altamont, minute 40 left. Nevaeh can't convert, rebound Reagan Roberts, what a dump to Allie Martin, but she misses the layup. But my goodness, Reagan Roberts, she's actually kind of tall. I mean, Reagan is she's only 5'7", but she's playing in the post, and she threw that pass while looking over a defender right in her face.
Yeah, that was definitely a smart read
She's
there by
playing
Roberts.
tall, I should have said.
She's playing with that mindset anyways.
As here is a deep two-pointer, or do they say three?
Two.
I thought it was a two, but the far ref said a three-pointer. As it was made by Lainey Conrad, her first three-pointer of the game, her first bucket of the game, and here's a pass thrown out by Boss looking for Roberts. And checking in for Collegiate is here Barrett again. She replaces Lainey Conrad. So Collegiate with 7 points in the fourth quarter, 1 point shy of what they scored in the second quarter, 8. Here's Roberts on a steal. She's doing it all. Up ahead, what a look to Boss, and she'll miss the layup. Rebound Jones, and now she's fouled. Reagan Roberts, her vision is looking really, really good tonight.
Yeah, again, if you're Volmer, you're excited about how these young players have performed tonight because they are making smart basketball decisions. They are working. I mean, you cannot be disappointed in them by any means.
Jones makes the first free throw as pending Landry O'Brien's wrist injury. In case you're just joining us, Nevaeh is going to be a big piece that is going to have to step up, as she definitely has that potential and a similar style as Landry. She makes the second free throw. Buzzer rings here in Harrison. Labette County thumps Wichita Collegiate 72-17. What a game from these Lady Grizzlies in all three phases. As we'll talk more about it in our Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. We'll talk to you soon in 2 minutes on KLKC Parsons.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime,
Our Bowen Pharmacy post-game show here on KLKC Parsons Jack Leak with Isabel Redford and Lucas Hayward on the live stream. 14 minutes until tip for our boys game, but we're talking about our Lady Grizzlies right now. Isabel, I think everyone who got in the game scored.
Yes,
I'm just, oh my gosh, as these scores, I'm pretty sure I got these right, but while the game goes on, I keep score. As here at Altamont, we're so far away from the scorebook, it's hard to run down and check myself just in between breaks. So these are unofficial scores, but I think I'm pretty close on most of these. Caden O'Brien averages 13 coming in. Had a bit of a dud for her standards against Mulvane. Comes back and scores 21 points tonight. I don't even think she fouled anybody in the second half, as she had 3 fouls shortly through the second quarter and was on the bench a lot of the first half, but came out, played well second half and early first quarter, scored 21 points. Behind her, Shelby Wilson, a much-needed dozen. 12 points for Shelby. Feels like she needed it, Isabel. We'll talk about in a moment. Ridley Lynn Cherney had 11. She's so consistent.
Yeah.
And it's always such a quiet 10, 11 points that she scores.
Yeah, you don't realize that she all of a sudden is now in scoring double digits, and you're like, oh, how'd that happen? But she does it so well.
Addison Rexwinkle was 7 again. A quiet, consistent player off of the bench. She'll score 5 to 10 about every game. Then you have Nevaeh Jones with 4, played hard late fourth quarter. Audrey Dewey was patient, played good defense, forced a lot of turnovers, had to have had 4 or 5 assists tonight. She had 4 points. Landry O'Brien went out early with the left wrist injury. Hope the best for her. She had 2 free throws early, and that was all. Allie Martin with 4. Boy, did she play smart tonight. Played well in all phases. Aubrey Boss got in. Kinsley Boss, her sister, got in. They combined for 3. Aubrey with 2, Kinsley with 1. Reagan Roberts with 2. I think she had an assist, rebounds. She scored. She looked great. And this Labette County team played good in the full court, half court, front court, everything. And it was just one of those games where they played an opponent that they really outmatched. And it was tough for Collegiate to get going. They didn't score in the third quarter and scored just 1 point in the first quarter. They scored 9 points in the second quarter and 7 in the fourth quarter, making their total 17 on the night as they lose to Labette 72-17. Isabel, just some of your initial thoughts on this game. I know blowouts are kind of hard to construct and break down as a broadcaster, but there were a lot of positive things, particularly a lot of these girls off the bench.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, is it was just so fun to watch these girls get some minutes, get experience, be able to, have that opportunity to, run some offense, run the transition break down the floor, play defense against some varsity players. And so I'm really excited to see what the future of these girls hold. I'm excited to, watch them get more comfortable, take more shots, take more risks. So I was really happy with the production I saw out of them tonight. And again, with our regular players, I felt like they were comfortable. They controlled the pace. They ran the floor. They kind of got offensively stale for, a little bit in that second quarter. But they were able to kind of overcome that and have some production coming out early in the third. So I was happy to see that they didn't get complacent and they continued to improve, continued to run what they knew, what they needed to do. So I was excited to watch that, and I can't wait to see, again, what the future holds later this week for the Lady Grizzlies.
As Caden O'Brien scored 21, it's looking like, at least early on, that she's going to be the leading scorer for this Labette County team, as she's just a big piece. And especially with her sister potentially being out. We hope not, but that unfortunately sure looked like the case. So Caden's really going to have to step up. But, I don't know if it's as important for her to try to fill that void, because this Labette County team is really deep. Yes. My mind kind of goes to Nevaeh Jones. Very similar style as Landry. Nevaeh can score. She hasn't really done it this season, but she can score. I think Nevaeh Jones is going to be important, and Allie Martin's going to have to help out Ridley underneath, and she has.
Yes.
I'm just saying, moving forward, that's going to have to be a mainstay. This is a team where I don't know if I've ever seen a team where obviously the Coach Vollmer puts the best players on the floor to start the game, your starters.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've ever seen a team where their bench is so close to their starters. And that's a compliment.
Yeah, I agree. And it's definitely one of those things that where if you are coming off the bench, it's a good thing to be able to play and produce, and I'm excited. I think that's the biggest thing that I am enjoying from this team, and Coach Vollmer knows that. I mean, now that you may or may not have Landry coming back, it's one of those things where you're going to have to move forward and go, okay, who is going to step up? Who is going to make those plays? And so I'm excited. I'm excited to see our production on that end. But hopefully we'll be able to again, those girls continue to mesh. I think it's also part of just coming together as a team and having that team chemistry because they're going to be able to make plays for each other. They're kind of figuring out each other's rhythm.
Right.
And in doing so, I think you're going to be able to see a lot more ball movement and a lot more scoring, and each of these girls getting comfortable in their environment.
11 different scores for Labette County, and their 72-17 rout of the Lady Spartans. We're 8.5 minutes from tip of the boys game. We'll talk about that. It's Pregame Show brought to you by Tank Connection. Coming up in 60 seconds, Lady Grizzlies victorious. They move to 1-2 on the season. We'll talk to you in 60 on KLKC Parsons.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Welcome you in now to our pregame show of our boys contest, as we will just go ahead and throw out the possibility of a head coach interview with Coach Brianna Vollmer of the Lady Grizzlies. As if she comes up, we'll allow her, of course. We'd love to talk to her about her big win. So granted that happening, this is the pregame show for the boys contest. Isabel, they're coming off of their best performance of the season.
Yeah.
It's not too hard to have your best performance of the season 2 games in, when you lose the first one by what felt like 30 or 40. But, it was a huge bounce-back win for our boys against Mulvane. I mean, they led that game from the get-go, and it was big time for them. They played well defensively, too.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it was an overall successful game. It wasn't one side of the floor or the other that won them this ball game. It was defense, it was offense, and it was awesome just to see some of our guys really, stretch the floor, run. I thought they did a phenomenal job running their transition offense and being able to run the floor, push the pace, and that, again, was something we had kind of talked about before in that game, is if they control the tempo, then they can run what they want to run, and they can really kind of experiment and run and make plays for each other. And so I think we saw that so well Tuesday night against the Wildcats. Another thing I was really happy to see was Hudson Baker put on a show. I believe he scored 23 that game.
Yeah.
And it was just so exciting to kind of see the big man really get out and work, and he even had a few awesome plays, including a dunk. And so it's something I hope we see again tonight. But I know these boys are going to want to try to build momentum off of that win.
As Hudson, last season obviously had a really nice season, but he played a little bit passive last season for how athletic and how big he is. And as we get ready to cue up the audio clip of Hudson's dunk against Mulvane, we'll let you listen in on that. But if you are on our YouTube live stream, I'll talk for a little bit longer to give you time. You might want to turn your volume down a little bit. As you know me, if you listen, I like to scream a little bit. But yeah, that dunk was something else.
Yeah.
And that was really the moment where I'm like, Hudson is here. This is Hudson Baker, the one that I feel like I could have seen a lot more last year. But he's just a junior. So go ahead and just take a listen to this dunk from Hudson Baker. Shot, and it misses anyways. Here's Vincent with the board. Up ahead, paint touch. Baker leans, and he'll hammer it! Baker, two-hand thunder jam! Baker with 18 points, putting it on the head of the Wildcats. 49-37. That's a Baker's dozen if I've ever seen it. Hudson with an emphatic slam here in Mulvane. 6:30 to go in the game. Timeout on Mulvane. We'll step aside for 30 on above the block. And he just kind of soared at the perfect angle to be able to creep it over the front of the rim and rattle it just a little bit there in Mulvane. So that was exciting. and hopefully we can see him slam it down a little bit more throughout the season. That would be great. But, Isabel, they played clean. They didn't. They forced a lot of turnovers, but they didn't turn it over a lot. It was just a great bounce-back win. And now you're back home.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's something, watching the Bonner Springs game, you thought, man, there's a lot of technicalities they got to shore up. These turnovers are unacceptable. And they seemed to have fixed that going into the game versus Mulvane. So hopefully tonight we're just going to kind of see a continuation of that because I know they performed well. Coach was proud of them. It was unfortunate we didn't get to do our post-game show with him last time around because we got unplugged from our power source, but it was definitely, we got to talk to him and he was proud of the boys. He's excited for what's at stake tonight, and so hopefully we will continue just to see just an amazing performance from these guys.
As Hudson had 23 points, he had 15 in the second half. Xavier Phillips was the main man in the first half. Didn't score in the second half, but defensively, that was a dog out there.
Yeah.
He had 9 points in the first half. Kagan Bates had 5, hit a 3-pointer at the buzzer to put Labette County up 15 at the end of the first. Trey Vincent and Griff Eaton each had 7, and I said in the postgame, it was the beginning of the postgame show before we took a break, that if Trey and Griff can combine for 15, give or take 4 or 5, oh my gosh, that makes Matthew, Xavier, Joe, and Hudson's life so much easier.
Yeah.
And so those 2 senior guards are awesome as well. Matthew Boyle had 7. Joe Page had 4. He's kind of the energizer bunny of this squad. Kendall Holtzman got in late and scored a deuce as well. So a lot of scoring and a lot of fun. There were some good times against Mulvane a couple nights ago, and we're 2 minutes from tip here in Harrison. This is the Tank Connection pregame show of our boys contest. Wichita Collegiate and Labette County coming up in 2 minutes, but we'll just take a 60 to begin here on KLKC Parsons.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
The Towanda Circle Tournament. Collegiate finished last season 15-7, and they did knock off Labette County in the midst of their 0-4 start last year. Did your Grizzlies begin the season? That was a score of 59-49. Labette scored 10 points, 12 points, 10 points, and 17 points. That's quarter by quarter. So they still hit double digits in each quarter, which is something we asked them to do a lot last year. But that was not enough against these stingy Collegiate Spartans that are well coached by Mitch Fiegel, I believe is how you pronounce it. But man, they have some ball players. James Shackelford, great guard. Quentin Fair can really stripe the basketball from beyond the arc. And they have a few guys underneath, Marcus Gorgeous and David Shegg standing at 6'7". He's just a sophomore as starters have their tops off for both teams as Randy Blackwell, the PA announcer, gets the crowd ready to roll for our national anthem that'll be performed by our Labette County band. We'll let you listen in as we do have a nice setup here for that at least, as we usually can let you listen to the national anthem. Mike Wassenaar is the director of the band. That's a long sheet of rules, regulations. There's a lot of things that he's reading down there.
And it looks like it's in 12-point font.
It does, doesn't it? As here is the national anthem getting ready to be played, we will invite you to listen in from Harrison Gymnasium. Man, is that pretty.
Yeah,
That's
there is
something-
nothing quite like it. I love hearing the national anthem, but I really like hearing it in this gymnasium.
Yeah, for sure. As we can just kind of go ahead and go at the pace of Randy Blackwell, the PA announcer down there, starting for Collegiate, number 2, James Shackelford. He's a 6'2" junior. Number 3, Quentin Fair, a 6'1" senior. Number 11, Jaden Parker, a 6'2" freshman. Number 30, Asa Ahmad, a 5'9" junior. And number 24, Sebastian Hines Turner, a 6'5" freshman. So Collegiate starts 2 freshmen, Parker 6'2", and Sebastian Hines Turner 6'5". Isabel, they have length.
Yeah,
so does Labette.
I was going to say, we don't always have to, shudder every time we're like, oh,
That's
man,
right, that's right.
Everyone's over 6 feet. Because we've got that as well, but it'll definitely be something we have to take into account tonight.
For Labette County, it is Griffin Eaton still wearing a brace. Might just be a sleeve at this point on that left elbow, but it has to beat wearing that huge, clunky brace that he had been wearing.
Yeah, I was going to say, anything would probably be easier than that, so Griff probably feeling like he can move just a little bit more tonight.
Matthew Boyle, a senior. Trey Vinson, a senior. Xavier Phillips and Hudson Baker. Xavier Phillips, a 6'4" junior. Trey Vinson, a 5'11" senior. Griff Eaton, a 5'8" senior. Hudson Baker, 6'7" junior. And Matthew Boyle, a 6'3" senior. Both teams get one last word with their head coaches. Again, head coach for Collegiate is Mitch Feigl, and for Labette County, Bradley Argerbright. Assistants, Brian Tucker and Davey Brown. We are nearing tip-off from Altamont, Kansas. We'd like to invite you to listen to tonight's scene setter of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Broadcasting live. Meister for 3 in the lead! Yes! From the studio of KLKC Parsons, Wilson launches another 3, and it's pure for Shelby Wilson! This is Grizzly basketball on 106.7 FM KLKC Parsons. Unbelievable win! I cannot believe it! Going against Hudson Baker toe-to-toe is the team in blue and the team in white. It's Hudson Baker. He will be going against Hines Turner. He's just a freshman, but boy, does he stand tall. 6'5", just 2 inches shallow of the Baker's man. Ball's tipped high in the air. Baker wins it in the hands of Boyle. Now Griff Eaton will run point. He'll switch right to left. Fast-paced game already. Inside Baker off his fingertips, and they're going to say it's tipped out by Hines Turner. Stays with Labette just 12 seconds in.
And good call by the ref there, as it could have gone either way, but looks like he made the right decision.
Xavier surveys and hits the safety outlet, Trey Vinson, who finds Griff Eaton left side in front of the Collegiate student section, if you will. Here's a steal, and a layup the other way is good from Quentin Fair. He can ball. We mentioned him in the pregame show. He is a stingy guard on the defensive end.
Yeah, and it looks like he has very good ball handling skills as well, as he just simply took it to the rim, no questions asked.
Another pass tip stolen away. It is in the hands of Shackelford. He'll retreat. Good decision. They didn't have numbers. He'll fake left, go right. Ball being worked hard. Three-pointer from the corner. No good. Rebound in the hands of Hines Turner. Here's a pull-up for Fair from about 14 off the glass, firmly and good.
And that was a nice set shot by Fair, as he didn't have to think much about that one. He just let it fly.
Sometimes that's the best way to play. In the corner is Eaton. He's trapped. He's defended tightly by Ahmad. It's off of him. It stays with Labette County. Collegiate is all in your face.
Yeah, I was going to say Eaton is getting the harassment early from this Collegiate defense, as he is not enjoying the trap.
Boyle in the corner with it. They're going to try to play through Baker. It looks like they're trying to get him a paint touch. He's in the short corner now. He's doubled. Finds Griff Eaton with a little bit of room. Gives a shake. Back to Baker. Catches with the left. Brings it into the right. He'll hook with the right hand. Off the glass. Good. Hudson Baker double team. That's a good, strong move.
And that's something you definitely want to see out of him, because what do you do when you are faced with somebody the exact same size as you?
Right.
Baker took it right at him.
Fair looking for his 6th straight point, but he'll just head fake on it. He'll give it up. He might get it in the corner, but instead turning, shooting, and scoring is Jaden Parker.
They are loving that turn and shoot style right now, and we are definitely seeing that from Collegiate.
As here's another steal in the half court. Goodness, Labette County can't quite get anything going. Here's Shackelford in the corner with it.
As Collegiate is moving at an incredibly fast pace.
Fair gets Boyle to bite just enough to take. Dish. And a foul on the floor before the Shackelford layup as he was wide open. As they're going to get Matthew Boyle on the foul. 6-2 Collegiate. 5:56 to go. First quarter. Here's a quick three in the corner from Shackelford. In and out. Rebound Hudson Baker.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to work for those rebounds.
As here is a foul on Collegiate. It's on Parker as he was really working on Trey Vinson, and they called the touch foul. That's his first, the team's first. Labette County with just one team foul. Checking in for Collegiate is Brett Wetta. He replaces Parker. Here comes Griffin Eaton across the paw. Baker behind the arc at the top of the key. Hands it off to Vincent. Now Phillips, set play for three, and it's too strong. Phillips shoots well inside this gym. Misses his first attempt. Way up ahead, here's Wetta. Nearly traveled. Student section wanted it as well and won't get it. Fair, quick release three off left side. No over the back called. Never mind. Yes, it is. Wait a minute. Okay, it is on Collegiate. All right, they're just pressing.
Yeah.
Looked like they were lining up for an inbound play.
I agree. I was like, what is happening?
As Labette County finally gets it over the head of Collegiate. Knights bounce pass to Baker. Knights bounce pass to Boyle. And on the floor, a jump ball is called. It'll be Collegiate ball.
As he almost wanted Hudson to take it up there. I see what he was doing, bounce passing it to Boyle on the underneath side, but as fast as Collegiate's moving, Baker should have tried and gone for the layup there.
Number 15, Carter Drumright, a 5'7" sophomore, replaces Ahmad. Griff Eaton working hard on Drumright. Good ball movement from Collegiate. Here's a three-pointer off the mark from the newly checked in Batiste. Here's a rebound. Phillips, outlet Eaton, way up ahead. Boyle, Grizzlies with numbers. Baker with it, leads with the left and one! He was behind the basket, but reached around with that long wingspan and got it to go.
His length served him well on that shot as he just leaned into his defender and just kissed it right off the glass. Phenomenal shot by Maker.
Checking out is Hines Turner. He's replaced by David Shegg. He's a 6'7" sophomore. We'll see how this matchup goes, but Coach Fiegel working that bench hard, and here comes another bench player in Raspberry.
And Baker makes him pay on that shot as he sinks the and one.
Robbie Raspberry checks in. He replaces Quentin Fair. My goodness. Coach Mitch for Collegiate burning through his bench. 5-6, Labette trails, 4:50 to go first quarter. Steal by Griff Eaton off the pass. Long outlet, up ahead Boyle. Now up ahead Phillips, right back to Baker. He'll lead. Oh, we almost got the and one.
But what a transition there. That was awesome ball movement. They took no dribbles on that. And Baker back at the line.
You have to know that this team loves playing through Hudson. It has to give them that sense of comfort, that sense of confidence to know that, hey, I mean, you have to guard this kid and back off of us a little bit. And, man, Hudson is a player, man. He misses the first free throw. He'll get another.
Yeah, well, and he understands the assignment of who he is, and he is that person. Yeah. And so he's not afraid to take it to the rim, and I think that's what we're definitely going to see a lot out of him this season as he has just matured as a player and in basketball IQ.
Makes the second, knotted at half a dozen apiece. Eaton steals it again, threw it behind his back. They're going to say his foot was out of bounds. Oh, my goodness.
Still, though, the effort on that play, he is working right now, and we have to applaud him for that.
Throwing it in is Batiste, bench player, along with, I think, all the other four. Steal by Eaton. Eaton the other way, inside the paint, leaning, shooting, and he's fouled, and he'll shoot two. Did a good job of body seeking on Batiste, and he'll shoot two.
And that's definitely I wish that would have fallen for him because he is working so hard right now, but still he is getting to shoot too. So great work by Griff.
Makes the first. Labette has shot 4 free throws, getting ready to be 5. More substitutions from the Spartans, as that is 2 on Batiste, 5 team on Collegiate, just 1 on Labette. That's huge.
Yeah, that is definitely something that as Coach Fiegel's going to have to watch with his players.
Eaton calmly shoots, makes the second, gives a little clap with his hands, buckles down to play some full court defense. 8-7, your Grizzlies are on top. Steal, Trey Vinson, stole it away from Ahmad. Up ahead, searching, shooting, missing. Hudson tips it around, still searching. And here comes Collegiate the other way. Nice pass, somehow ended up in the hands of Sheg. And here's Collegiate in a half-court set. They are sped up. Another steal off the ankles of Ahmad. Vincent with it yet again. Here he comes, slows it down.
Smart takeout by Vincent because he knew he had 4 guys and needed to run something, a set offense.
Labette is playing really fast, but it is their tempo. Phillips looking for 3. Bit of a flat shot, missed long. 4 minutes and counting, 8-6 Grizzlies. Ahmad stopped at the elbow. I think he traveled. Yes, he did. Argerbright giving a fist pump and looking out at his soldiers as they're on, I think it's an 8-0 run. Did Collegiate go up 6-0?
I believe so. I was going to say they have battled back. It might have been like 6-2 or something like that. But Argerbright is pleased with how his boys are performing right now.
Shackelford, Parker, Hines Turner, Ahmad are all on the floor, and here's a travel on Eaton in the full court as Shackelford turns and claps emphatically. As Raspberry's going to check out, replaced by Quentin Fair, who scored 4 quick points in this one, part of that early Collegiate 6-0 run that I believe it was. Shackelford slaps the ball firmly just to the left of the scores table and to the right of Coach Tucker, has his hands on his knees, leaned forward intently. This is a good ball game with a great pace here in Harrison. Looking to score downhill. Hines Turner leads into Baker. Well defended. Rebound Baker. No foul call on Hines Turner. Could have been, but a good no call. Outlet Eaton. Vinson sets the screen, crosses half court, finds Phillips. Deep left side. Settling down is Labette. Eaton finds Phillips, pick and roll situation, and he throws it out of bounds. He thought Boyle was going to backdoor, but he stayed high side and nearly hit Sean Fry, and that rhymed.
But yeah, I mean, good effort, right idea. Boyle just did not read Xavier's mind and did not cut back doors, so hopefully we'll get the stop here on D.
Here comes Ahmad, and here's a check foul. Let me say that again, a check foul on Griff Eaton. I said that. I'm feeling too good. I got to calm down.
I know,
here.
yeah, you're getting excited.
This is a great game. The pace is awesome.
It's very nice. We're seeing it from both sides of the floor. It's a close match.
2:56 first quarter. Labette County by 2. It's 8-6. Here's Ahmad off the inbound. These are 2 good basketball teams that like to play similar styles. Could be a game of runs. Has been so far. Ahmad with it, retreating to the volleyball line. He started near the top of the key. 2:40, long possession for Collegiate. Griff Eaton gambles, and he'll connect. Eaton up ahead, up, under, layup, no, followed by Phillips, yes! Oh, counted as a dunk as he went to throw it down, and it sprung high off the rim and fell back down. 10-6 Labette. Quickly the other way is Collegiate. Oh my goodness, and another check foul. That's what I call fouls where I don't really think it's a foul, but the refs are trying to maintain control, and they're going to get Vincent on an arm bar.
Yeah, that definitely, I'll agree with you on that one, as I don't know exactly which Spartan player ran into him, but that was just an unfortunate call there on Vincent.
Ball's thrown in. Here's Parker. He's a starter. A few more are on the floor. I think all of them are starters back on for Coach Feigel's team. Here's a turnaround. Jay, no good. Great defense from Labette. Rebound, Hudson Baker, forcing Collegiate to take shots that they probably shouldn't. As now a block is called on Collegiate, and Ahmad just puts his hands on his hips and just surveys the gym.
Yeah.
And I can't blame him, honestly.
I can't either. I mean, he's playing hard, and so it just stinks when those fouls are called on you. But
checking in is Joe Page. He replaces Matthew Boyle as Joe Page fits right into how Labette County's style is going right now.
Yeah,
sometimes when teams bring bench players in, the pace changes.
Yeah, no, he definitely fits right in, and he loves to facilitate. So hopefully we will see that out of him in the next few minutes.
As there are just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter, Labette by 4. Page curling around baseline, not there. They'll kick it to their guard. Here's Eaton, defended down low by Drumright. He'll pull up from the short corner and connect. Man, that's a tough shot. He was fading baseline and still got it.
That's what impresses me about Eaton the most, is some of the most seemingly impossible shots he'll make no problem.
Yeah.
And so that is definitely a good thing to have on your team.
He's got 4 and a foul already, a block on Griff. That's his second, and Coach Argerbright wisely pulls his senior leading guard from the ball game, as if he picks up a third anytime soon, that's tough to overcome. He's replaced by Boyle. Ball is thrown in to Fair. Ball is on the deck. Phillips wants it, can't find it. Somehow maintaining control was Drumright. Good face defense from Page. A backdoor from Drumright. Floater, no good. And the putback is going to be good. Good position from Hines Turner.
Yeah, that was amazing position from Turner on the offensive board, as Labette County was not in position.
Phillips quickly the other way. Joe Page throws it away.
Right idea, but just threw it away there as Boyle was cutting to the basket and just missed him high.
About everything you could ask for in a basketball game has occurred in the last 7 minutes, as we have just over 1:20 left in the first quarter. Labette leads 12-8. Lots of substitutions from Wichita Collegiate. Here's Drumright, a good shifty sophomore guard. Tough matchup for the lengthy Boyle. Here's Weta with the basketball, finds Shackelford, back to Weta. Weta stands at 6'2", he's a junior, throws it to the corner, and he wasn't ready. Shackelford wasn't paying attention, off his hands, and over by the door to the girls' locker room in the corner. It was a hard pass.
I was going to say he was confident in that pass, but Shackelford was not even looking the direction of the ball.
Labette County was not ready for the collegiate press. I thought maybe Argerbright was going to call a timeout. Labette throws it away, and a foul on Labette County in transition, and it's going to result in 2 free throws for Hines Turner, Jaden Parker, as he got the steal, and Labette didn't know how to respond. They turned and saw blue jerseys to throw it in, and Matthew Boyle didn't know where to throw it to.
Yeah, I think he was getting nervous on that 5-second call, but that was tough defense there, and they just threw it right to him.
Parker's first is good. Checking in for Collegiate is Robbie Raspberry. That is a beautiful name. Robbie Raspberry?
I'd have to agree with you.
Man.
I have never heard that actually as a last name.
He's a junior. He checks in as Ahmad is sent to the scores table, and he'll be able to check in as Parker makes the second. He's got 4. Quentin Fair has 4, and it's 12-10 Labette County. Boyle will throw it in and find Vinson this time, as he's able to run a little bit of baseline. 60 seconds and counting. Phillips turns and finds Page. He'll quick trigger Trey. Miss. Baker over the back. Oh. Okay, yeah, it is on Hudson.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
It's on Hudson. That's the right call.
Yeah, it is. And it's so tempting because Hudson's just a little bit taller than Hines Turner, and so it's just so tempting to want to just reach in and grab the ball. So right call, but just unfortunate on Hudson.
So Collegiate can tie or take the lead. It doesn't feel like they should be in this position. Labette County's really outplayed him, but Collegiate's going to be hard to put away. Here's a layup, no good, off the glass. Here comes Labette County. It was Weta on the attempt. 33 seconds and counting. Labette by 2. Phillips picks up his dribble, finds Baker, wins the arm fight, leans, shoots a hook, and he's fouled. Was it on the shot? Yes, it was. So it would have been an and 1 if it fell, but Baker will shoot 2. He is 2 for 3 from the line in the early going.
And Baker is just still continuing to work, because it's not easy when you get a foul called on you when you're trying to work down low, but to still take it at him and draw the foul is smart work by Baker.
Baker misses the first. And checking in for Collegiate is Jack Grace, a sophomore for the first time tonight. He replaces Weta. Checking in as well after this free throw is going to be Shackelford. Unless Hudson misses, he'll have to wait. And Hudson does not miss. He connects.
while we're still pretty early in this game, every free throw at this point matters.
Yeah.
And so it is vital for Labette County to make it at the line when they're there. So far they performed fairly well tonight.
Labette lost by 10 last year to this squad. A few of these names I recognize. Shackelford and Fair, I recognize those players. So a few returning guys were a part of that victory last year. A strip and a steal. Phillips up ahead. Vincent, 6 seconds. Labette by 3. Vincent finds Phillips with 3 seconds. Now Boyle gets a good look, and it's in and out. Hit the front of the rim and thought about going, but a good look and a very nice first quarter from your Labette County Grizzlies. They lead 13-10. We'll talk soon in 60 on KLKC Parsons.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here and here and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the house gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
13-10, Labette County leads the visitors from Wichita Collegiate. On the floor for Labette County, Hudson Baker, Trey Vinson, Joe Page, Matthew Boyle, and Xavier Phillips. Labette County will get the basketball to open things up in the second quarter as they had the possession arrow. Here's Trey Vinson, defended tightly by Parker, finds Baker at the high post region, defended by Chegg, a 6'7" sophomore. They match up at 6'7" each. Vincent penetrates and finds Phillips, who rotates to Joe Page. He'll continue to look for that left side of the floor, and there's Vincent over there. Coach Argerbright calls in a set play, and Phillips collects and travels.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate. They were moving the ball well. I mean, I felt like that was a decent offensive possession. They just couldn't get anything to fall.
Hudson Baker led the way in the first quarter with 7 points. Just over half of Labette County's production there in quarter number 1. We're just 40 seconds into second quarter here, though. Here is Quentin Fair with it. He scored the team's first 4 points and hasn't scored again. And here's an and one for Parker, as he's liked that mid-range and got fouled and made it. And he's looking for the tie at the free throw line here in a moment.
Yeah, and that'll also be the third foul on Matthew Boyle, so he's going to take a seat here as Griff Eaton checks in for him.
Parker converts and ties. Parker has 7, matching Hudson for team or game high. Here's Xavier trying to break the stingy Wichita press, and he finds Eaton, who does. They're looking to trap Griff, but he finds Vincent on the opposite wing. He's trying to work on Fair, nearly carried, no call. Jump stop, kick out, Page, corner 3, you betcha! Gives a little clap, Argerbright turns and makes his way all the way near the baseline. He loves to work that sideline, 16-13 Labette. Anytime Labette County has a successful possession off a set play, he'll make his way all the way out to the score table, and after it's successful, he'll turn and walk all the way to the end.
Yes, he sure likes to get his steps in during these games.
As there was a foul on Labette, I thought it was just poked out, but it's a 1-and-1 for Shackelford, and he misses. Rebound by Joe Page, so a good opportunity as Shackelford hasn't scored. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and here is a foul all the way on the other side of half court. I think that's Quentin Fair. Yes, it is. And that's going to be 1-and-1 for Griff Eaton. We'll see if he can make them pay.
Yeah, Griff Eaton looking completely locked in right now as he gets up to the line. But man, he has just put in, I mean, these guys have all put in a lot of sweat so far into this game, but Griff Eaton is just fighting.
Heinz Turner checks in for Shegg. And Raspberry checks in for Fair, who just picked up his first. Each team with 18 fouls, 1 and 1 for Griff coming up. Vincent and Phillips all the way at the other end awaiting defense. Eaton shoots and makes the first.
He knew he made that one as he didn't even move.
No, he didn't.
Once he released that shot. Very confident from number 5.
6:40 to go in the second quarter. Labette County, Griff Eaton connects. They lead by 5. A nice little lead for Labette County, as we'll see what direction it swings in the next 6.5.
Yeah, this is definitely important. Labette County has got to put all they've got into these next 6 minutes in order to set the tempo for the second half.
And here's a travel on Shackelford, and that's a good start to a nice run to extend this 5-point lead. Joe Page, credit that travel. He cut him off well.
Like we said, Joe Page is definitely a facilitator, and not only on offense, but defense as well.
Xavier throws it in, and it's tipped out of bounds by Parker. Labette has struggled, though, getting out and moving freely amidst this full court press from Collegiate.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I would not want to be out there trying to break that press at this moment because it is not easy in any way.
Griff Eaton's going to try to break it one-on-one, and a foul on Parker. I'm not so sure I saw a foul.
Yeah, inconveniently, the ref was standing right in my line of vision when he called that foul, so I am not sure what he saw, but apparently something we did not.
As it feels like Collegiate has 3 times the fouls of Labette County, but Labette has 18 fouls, and that was Collegiate's 9th. Eaton calmly makes the first free throw again, so he will get a second. Eaton with 7 points and 6 of them from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's huge.
Gets a second. He'll fire away and hit. Griff Eaton extends it to a 7-point lead. Collegiate's on some thin ice. Still miles and miles to go in this one. And here's a foul on Griff Eaton, as in this game you have to understand how close and how aggressive you can be. And Eaton didn't show much of that there, as he really just got right on the back.
Yeah, and the refs are calling those tight, tougher plays tonight. So that's just something as a basketball player you got to know and play in response to. As it looks like Griff Eaton's going to take a seat, as that is his third personal, and Kagan Bates is going to check in. So we'll see what we can get from the freshman.
Ahmad looking at a front end of a 1-and-1, and he'll make it. Ahmad will get another. Takes a few dribbles, releases, and hits. He went 2 for 2, game back to 5. Still picking him up full court is Collegiate. Coming to get it is the freshman Bates. Finds Phillips across, going baseline, has a jump pass, and Bates tracks it down. Baker thought it was going the other way. Phillips with a strong move, he'll score, and one! A late whistle, but I'll take it. He was hit hard in the back of the head as he's still holding the top of his head with his hand, but Hudson Baker thought it was a turnover, but Kagan Bates said, no, get back here, big guy, I got you.
Yeah, that was such a fun play to watch, and it developed right here in front of us. And that was such good vision of Kagan to see Xavier just pull it right up to the block, and Xavier was able to convert.
And Phillips misses the and one long, but he has 4. Here comes Collegiate the other way. It's fair. He'll shoot a floater, and they're going to say foul on the floor, but it won't matter. That will be the 10th team foul on the bet, so it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Quentin Fair.
Yeah, and as we've seen early here, Collegiate has tried. I mean, they are running just as fast as Labette County is right now. And so that was an easy way to draw the foul there for Fair.
He does miss the first free throw. He'll get a second as they're in the double bonus. Both teams are. Labette leads 22-15. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Raspberry takes a seat. He's replaced by Weta. Everyone, except I think one player, has gotten in the game on the Collegiate varsity roster as Fair knocks down the second. Here's Vinson in a bit of a pickle, but he'll calm down nicely and get by Weta, breaking the press.
And that is one thing Trey has done well tonight, is dribble and continue to move the ball despite the pressure, and that's hard to do.
Vincent underneath with a nice loop around move. He'll score. He was on the block and had to make a horseshoe pattern and got under the big guy and scored.
And he definitely earned that as he broke the press most of the way.
Here's a steal for Labette. Kagan Bates misses a stray layup. Rebound Page. Put back Page. 26-16. Labette, largest lead of the ball game on the back of Joe Page, and the steal from Phillips and Bates.
Amazing effort as they're seeing what second chance shots can get them.
As Isabel stopped because we had a whistle, as Collegiate has a player with a untied shoelace, so just a quick stoppage of play as we'll resume here in a moment. Here we go. Ahmad will throw it in. Labette up 26-16. Collegiate, like I said earlier, it felt like they were walking on thin ice, and it's starting to crack. 5 minutes, 10 seconds. They need to score. Here's Page. Working on the far side, Weta. Shackelford now to Fair, looking to drive, guarded by Vincent, and he'll get a 10-footer to fall. A nice, calm shot from a senior leader on this squad. And here's a near turnover. Page saves it. Never mind, he throws it away. Here's Fair. Looking again, has it poked away, out of bounds, and it will be Labette County ball. That's a big call as the momentum was flipping, and that's a big call.
Yeah, you could definitely feel it as Collegiate's press break broke down on the Labette County Grizzlies, but that is a huge save, so we'll see how they do as they try this press break again.
As they do get it across in the hands of Vincent, he's handled it nicely. Page lets it rip from deep, and he nearly hit. I was ready to go as we're setting in line with that shot. Baker tips it, but the pass is still good and the layup's good. Way up ahead on the other end. Hines Turner with his second bucket of the game. It's 26-20, Collegiate creeping back. Phillips breaks the press. Baker going downhill, up, under. He's fouled. He'll shoot two as Baker caught it at the elbow. And I feel like last year he would have just stood there with it and looked for a guard. He said, nope, I'm taking it. And almost could have, should have had an and one. A great look. He's playing awesome.
He definitely, that was one thing I was getting ready to say, is he has improved so much in confidence of just being like, nope, I got this myself.
Right.
And in this case, almost had the and one.
Does convert on the free throw. That's something he's improved on slowly throughout his career. He's always been pretty good to start for a big fella from the line, honestly, as a freshman. But he's gotten a lot better as he has shot 6 tonight so far and has made 4. And here comes his 7th free throw right now. He'll make it. He's 5 for 7. First points of the second quarter.
Like I said, these free throws have been so important, and the boys have been nailing them tonight.
Underneath is Ahmad with the left hand. Bunny, he gets it. Collegiate has had a response. They're not letting Labette County bust it open just yet.
Yeah, as Ahmad
with 4.
has been one of the more aggressive players for this Collegiate team, even despite his size.
Bates underneath, getting a score. Kagan Bates went up, under, and got it to die off the back iron. Kagan Bates looking like a junior out here.
And speaking of size, he is 5'7" and 125 pounds. He is one of the smallest kids on the floor right now. So very impressive from Bates.
Fair pulls up, misses. Rebound Baker, good box out on the 6'7" Chegg. Bates with it, going behind the back on Drumright. Finds Vincent, who's handled this pressure well. Gets by Weta. 30-22 Labette County. 3:30 first half. Each team in the double bonus. Phillips driving, switching left, right, gets position, layup, good! Labette County back up 10. Phillips signaling, you're too small. Referee didn't see him, luckily.
And that was really good. I mean, Xavier didn't have anybody to pass it to, so he just said, I'm taking this myself, and ended up converting for 2.
Here's a miss by Drumright. Labette County with a big opportunity. Bates looking awesome. Flips it up ahead to Phillips. He'll look to score again. Reverse. No. Came in a little bit too hot. Here comes Drumright. Never mind. Pass out of bounds. Turnover Collegiate. They had Phillips all the way over here by the exit doors, and they could have had a 5-on-4, but they threw it away.
Yeah, that was just a really lucky break there by Labette County, as some of what they're doing is starting to pay off for them as they're kind of getting in the head of Collegiate, and we're seeing some of those little mistakes, and those little mistakes can add up.
32-22, and a foul going the other way. Shackelford puts his hands together again as it's on Vincent. That's his 3rd. Does Griff have 2?
Griff has 3 as well.
He has 3?
Yes.
Okay. So both of those guards have 3, but man, Kagan Bates has been the best replacement you could ask for right now. And here comes Barrett Heston, standing at 5'11". He's a freshman as well. The 2 starting safeties on Labette County's football squad, Bates and Heston, in the ball game tonight with Vincent and Eaton on the bench. Bates is going to steal the inbounds pass. He's going the other way with the left hand, misses. He was defended by Drumright, who's also 5'7". As here's a 3-pointer from Raspberry. Oh, it was a rainbow that fell.
Yeah, that was a clean shot by Raspberry, as just all net.
Wow. As here's a long pass from Bates to Baker, and he catches it. Gets by Chegg. Downhill layup. A little bit too strong. Rebound Chegg. They're looking up ahead, and Barrett almost got a hand on it, and it's saved out of bounds into the hands of Phillips. Here comes Labette County, and a good timeout from Coach Argerbright, as this is a track meet.
Yes.
As we'll keep it here and thank Labette Health for making tonight's broadcast of Grizzly basketball possible. Other sponsors for tonight's broadcast include the following:
Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Take Connection, Wood Insurance Center, the Unified School District of USD 506, the Corner Store of Altamont, Day and Zimmerman, and SEK Orthopedic.
As Isabel, it was speeding up. That was a good timeout from Coach Argerbright. Labette will have the ball coming out of the possession, and I'm glad he burned the timeout now, because it kind of felt like Collegiate was, both teams kind of had the momentum. It's a coin flip on who has the momentum. I would still say Labette, but Collegiate's press in full court has been a little bit better than Labette County's, but Labette hasn't really full court pressed.
Yeah, no, we have not seen that kind of pressure as much as Collegiate has placed on Labette. But you can definitely tell with those few steals and different things, I mean, and going both directions. I mean, they were just running up and down the floor. So smart timeout by Coach Argerbright to get his team reset.
Heston flips it to Bates as they get across half court this time. Phillips finds Baker. Backdoor Heston. Near the low block. Bounce pass to Phillips. Phillips spinning left to right. Page in the corner. He'll let it fly and miss off left. That's one of his favorite spots to shoot from. And Labette's going to have to get back. It's 3-on-2. Here comes the shifty Drumright. Blocked by Baker firmly. Rebound Bates. Here they come. A minute 50. Up by 7 in the hands of Heston. Now Phillips. He'll pull up. And it's deep. Rebound Baker underneath. Working on Chegg. Up under left hand. Good. Baker learning those acrobatic moves. Gives his team back a 9-point lead.
Yeah, and he was so confident in that block against Drumright, as he's got significant size on him.
Drumright misses a 3. Huge possession for Labette. And coming in to try to steal it from Phillips, and doing so is Drumright, but he was out of bounds. Labette ball. Checking in is Asa Ahmad. He has 4 points all in this quarter. He replaces Jack Grace. Heston, freshman, set to throw it in. Surveys, finds Phillips. 90 seconds and counting. Good possession for Labette to get above that 10-point lead mark. Phillips nearly traveled, no call, luckily. Coach Fiegel wanted it. Here's Heston working at the top of the key on Shackelford. Senior on freshman. Junior on freshman. Here comes Bates. Working hard, and a block is going to be called on Raspberry, and Bates is going to go shoot 2. Man, he's comfortable and confident.
I know, yeah, he looks like he's been playing here for much longer than a year as he goes to the line. And I mean, it's tough. These guys are, I mean, Collegiate's defense is extremely tight, and they are not giving any buffer room. So good work by the freshman to draw the foul.
As each team's well over 10 team fouls, kind of like our girls' game in the first half at least. Tons and tons of fouls called. Here's Bates shooting a pair as he will miss the first. Stroke looked good, though. Checking in is Brett Wetta for Raspberry.
It looks like Xavier's back down on the other end to prevent any breakaway by Collegiate.
Bates looking to split the pair and can't. Misses in the exact same location on the rim, but still, you got to love what you're seeing from the freshman. Here's Shackelford spinning on Bates, getting around Bates, blocked by Baker! This one was much higher. I'm talking rim level, and he still makes him pay. 50 seconds, Labette with the ball again. Heston driving baseline, turns into the chest of Shackelford, handles it well and finds Baker in the corner, and we can take a breath as Phillips calls out a set play. Pick and roll Baker, downhill, right hand blocked, and a normal foul. I was hoping he wasn't calling a charge as Shackelford hit the deck hard, and Shackelford's a little bit frustrated. He's shown signs of that all night, and Baker's going to shoot 2 more.
And I mean, that is hard because Baker's got 5 inches on Shackelford.
Right.
So that, I mean, to have to battle that all night long, of course you're going to be frustrated.
As it is good for Baker, the first one. He shot 8 free throws and made 6. Man, he's shooting well from the free throw line, and he's shooting a lot of them, so that is a positive thing. Misses the second, as no one really goes for the rebound. Quentin Fair was more focused on blocking out Phillips, but he does get it. Labette by 10 with 26 seconds left. Fair left unguarded, but chooses to burn clock. Collegiate electing to take the final shot of the half, I believe. Here's Shackelford working on Barrett. Gets by him and Phillips. Misses a bunny. Rebound tipped for. Won by Shackelford. Bounce pass intercepted by Baker. Labette with time. 9 seconds. Pass up ahead to Bates. And he loses it out of bounds. It was too far for Bates as Phillips says that's on me and literally takes his hand and lifts up the freshman's chin as Bates is a baller. And what sportsmanship and leadership from the upperclassman Phillips.
Yeah, that was definitely a big move there by Phillips. I mean, it's hard. Being a freshman playing at the varsity level, you have to prove yourself. And so, I mean, you can definitely be frustrated in that situation, but way to take ownership from Xavier Phillips.
As that pass did come in real hot in defense of Kagan. So Collegiate has 5.8. They have to go the length of the floor. Here we go. Ball's inbound, drum right. 2 seconds. Gets a decent look and misses. Oh, man. You can wipe the sweat off your eyebrows on that one, Grizzly Nation. At the halftime break, your Grizzlies put on one of the better halves. You could argue better than that of Mulvane, and they played well then. What a half on both ends for your Labette County Grizzlies. They lead it 35-25. Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show is coming up in 2 minutes on KLKC Parsons.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
Inside the historic Harrison Gymnasium, Jack Leake with Isabel Redford and Lucas Hayward on the live stream on YouTube Live. It is Labette County 35, Wichita Collegiate 25. At the halftime break, this is the Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore, Newland, and Ray halftime show here on KLKC. Isabel, just initial thoughts. Man, that was a fast-paced game. The foul count really increased rapidly, and it began to slow the pace a little bit. But Labette County played well at every pace that was provided with the refs and the turnovers and everything.
Yeah, at first I thought, uh-oh, here we go again. This is kind of another Bonner Springs episode, if you will, because they got up quick in the first quarter, and so it definitely made me nervous, but they adjusted well, they responded well, and then they got up 8, then they got up 10, and so then from there it was the ball game. And so I think that it was really impressive to see them respond much better than they did in the Bonner game. And so I was really excited to see that, as well as just them getting back in the driver's seat, controlling the pace. There were a few times where I was kind of nervous with how they were running extremely quickly. There was a couple times that one time specifically that Coach Argerbright called that timeout as the ball was just going back and forth, back and forth. There was no really set plays by either side, but it was definitely something that it was like, all right, let's get composed, let's ground ourselves. So I know he'll talk to them about that going into the second half of look, you're in control. You have the ball game in your hands. You just have to bring it home. So hopefully we will see that from them in this second half. But I was extremely impressed with the basketball that I watched in this first half.
As Labette County, I have down on my score sheet, had, and some of this might be overflow, but they had over 20 points in the second quarter. And that is, that's huge.
Yeah, that's
tough.
awesome.
That's tough to beat, you know, and it's not like, let's see here. Labette County, how many threes have they made? Oh, 1. Sometimes, you know, you think, my gosh, you know, Labette's on pace to score 70. That's really good at this level, and that'll win you a lot of games. You'd think, yeah, they got hot, they didn't miss a 3, whatever they put up, it could be a prayer and it'd still go in. They made 1 3.
Yeah.
They beat them.
Yeah, that's definitely something to take into consideration because, you know, we've talked about, well, you got to shoot threes to win games, and you do to some extent. But if you play underneath the rim well, if you defend well, and you are making those outside shots, you don't have to make you don't have to put up, 5 threes. You don't have to put up 8 threes or whatever. You don't have to put up those big outside shot numbers if you're making the inside shots and you're doing it proficiently well, and you're not making those little mistakes. And you're going to see those little turnovers in every game, but Labette County has minimized that extremely well tonight. And they have made, Hudson Baker has performed so well under the basket, but it's not just been him. We've seen Griff Eaton go at it. We've seen Xavier go at it. We've seen Trey Vincent. I've been really impressed with the ball handling that Trey Vincent's had tonight, because it is not easy to break the press. Him and Xavier have both had to work overtime to get the ball down the floor, and that's something that's not easy to do, and they've handled it fairly well.
I think I have 2 MVPs in mind. Hudson's obviously an animal, and he's going to be the centerpiece of this team. He's a beast. He's going to average 16, 18 a game.
Yeah.
But Griff Eaton and Trey Vincent picked up 3 personal fouls. They were awesome. They picked up 3 personal fouls each, went on the bench. Freshmen, Kagan Bates and Barrett Heston come in. With a lot of teams, you'd go, and Collegiate would be within 4.
Yeah.
You'd go backwards, and that's where Collegiate picks up your momentum. Their senior guards are on the bench. Go get them. They couldn't do it. This lead stayed at 10 because of Kagan Bates and Barrett Heston.
Yeah, and that's huge. Again, we saw that in the girls' game of our younger players stepping up and, making plays, stepping in, holding the lead and gaining that lead. And we saw that again in this game with both of those 2 individuals. I haven't seen Barrett came in a little later than Kagan, but Kagan looked like he was a sophomore, junior. I was not expecting to see this kind of confidence out of him this early in the season. But he definitely is a basketball player that we're going to be excited to watch here in the coming season and coming years.
60 seconds till tip. We'll rattle off some numbers. Hudson Baker had 12. Griff Eaton had 8. Xavier Phillips had 6, all in the second quarter. Joe Page had 5 and hit the lone 3 for Labette County. Kagan Bates had 2 and Trey Vincent had 2. For Wichita Collegiate, leading the way was Quentin Fair. He scored the game's first 4 points and then made a free throw and another layup later. He has 7. Parker has 7. Hines Turner and Ahmad have 4. Raspberry with 2 and Shackelford with 1. As it is going to be Collegiate's basketball, as Labette County is going to be working the floor right to left and Collegiate left to right. As it is going to be starters on the floor for Labette. So Griff Eaton and Trey Vincent each playing with 3. Personal fouls are on the floor to kick things off. Here we go, Ahmad, starters in for Collegiate. I don't believe anyone has 3 fouls for them. I think a lot of them have 2, though.
Yes.
Here's a pass off of the knee of Trey Vincent. It stays with Collegiate wearing their blue uniforms, gold numbers. Looks a lot like Parsons if you're a visual person. And Labette County home whites, red numbers. Kick to Quentin Fair. Big time shot. Missed it. Rebound high in the air for Parker. Leans into Phillips and makes the hook. That's a good, strong shot for Parker. He's got 9 and leads the way.
Yeah, this is huge for Labette County because they have got to set the tempo here in these early minutes.
Here's the bounce pass to Baker. He'll go up and try to dunk and hits the rim hard. And there's going to be a foul called on Collegiate, as I took a big inhale when I saw Boyle pass it to Baker unguarded. I was getting ready to let it rip, but he kind of dunked it. He was fouled into the edge of the rim and just couldn't get up high enough. But like I said, he was fouled, and he's shooting 2. Makes the first. My goodness, that's a good-looking stroke.
He is doing so well with the free throws tonight.
7 of his 13 now are from the free throw line. Same routine every time. That's what a good free throw shooter does. Misses it. Boyle with a rebound and a foul going the other way. Oh, man. It was a late whistle, but I think everyone knew that it was coming at some point. Oh.
It was on 11.
Parker?
Yes.
He must have undercut Boyle.
Yeah.
It looked like Boyle just went over the back, but maybe I didn't see the early stages of the contact. As I was completely wrong. I lie a lot.
No, it was on, I'm sorry, excuse me. It was on Hines Turner.
As that's his 4th.
It's his 4th,
I said I didn't think any of them had over 2, but he had 3, and now he's got 4. They don't call me Lion Leak for no reason. 36-27, Labette County by 9. 30 seconds into quarter number 3. Vincent kicks to Boyle. He'll drive, touch the paint. Give a little hezzy. Give to Vincent. He'll spin, shoot, miss. Baker going high for it. Tips it to Boyle. What an effort from Hudson, and a charge is called. as the whole time James Shackelford was setting up to draw the charge, and you could even see the facial expression in his face. You know, he was faking like he was screaming, oh, you got to play it off when you're taking a charge.
Because it hurts so bad to get hit in the shoulder by Matthew Boyle. But, yeah, he was definitely planning that call, and so good work by Shackelford, but just unfortunate for the Grizzlies as that'll be Boyle's 4th foul as well.
That's a good call, Isabel. So that's Eaton with 3, Vincent with 3, and Boyle with 4, and he'll have a seat replaced by Joe Page. Here comes Ahmad, flips it to the corner, a set play, a 3-pointer for Heinz Turner, air ball, we'll call it a pass to Parker, who lays it in, and they're within 7, pressure flipping. Phillips finds Baker. They're trying to break the press. Phillips looking to take it one-on-one. Gets across half court. Can't let him cut him off, and he doesn't. Throws it inside to Baker. What a dart, and he loses it. It was a tough pass to catch. I'll give Hudson that. Here's Parker the other way. Shooting a layup, making a layup. He's got all 6 of Collegiate's points in the second half. It's 36-31, and bam, we've got a ball game.
Yeah, Labette County has to respond here. They cannot play complacent anymore as Collegiate is picking up the defense.
Stolen away. Parker makes a layup, and Argerbright not going to call a timeout as the referee is looking at Argerbright like, are you going to call a timeout? Are you going to call a timeout? And he's yet to do it. Parker, 8-0 run. He's got 15. Collegiate within 3 instantly. Phillips finds Baker. Now Page, they're going to call a jump ball. That's the right call.
I was going to say he would not have traveled had it not been for Ahmad having his hands on the ball. So good call there by the referees.
Right. As we talked about, Isabel, at halftime of our boys game at Mulvane, they were up 8, I believe, or 13 or something, 13. And we said in the third quarter, in the first 3 minutes, is that 13-point lead going to go to 18 or drop to 8? Tonight they were up 10. Was it going to go to 15 in the first 3 minutes or drop to 5? Right now it's at 3.
Yeah,
it always goes one way. Phillips off the inbound, lets a straightaway 3 fly, no good.
Not a bad shot by Phillips, just a bit rushed.
Yeah, it was just a little bit. He wasn't settled. Parker looking for points, 9 and 10, gets it. Argerbright spins on one leg in frustration. Spun around, faced the wall, and bent to his knees as Parker has 10 points. 1 point lead for Labette County, 5:44 to go in the third quarter. As Phillips is going to throw it in for Labette County. He'll throw it over the top of Weta to Eaton. Here comes Phillips across half court. Screen set by Vincent. Labette County with just 1 point. Baker misses a layup. Rebounded by Chegg, who just checked in, and he will throw it away. Never mind. It's off of Griff Eaton's hand, and it's going to be Collegiate basketball.
Yeah, there was a bit of discrepancy from the referees. It is for sure going to be Collegiate's ball, as that caused a bit of an uproar from the Collegiate fans across the way from us here.
Checking in is Drumright, sophomore guard, replaces Asa Ahmad. And they will throw it into Weta, defended by Page. Good matchup on the perimeter. Page a little bit bigger. Weta keeps it on the perimeter. Here goes Drumright. He'll drive a little bit, and losing his man is Batiste. Or pardon, he was the one who got behind Labette, and Collegiate has a lead. Batiste with his first score. Here's Eaton, and a travel on Griff Eaton.
And that is just unfortunate, because that is the last thing you want when the momentum is swinging, as this has been the first lead Collegiate's had, I believe, since Labette County took over in the first half.
I'm shocked Argerbright hasn't called a timeout
I
yet.
know, that has surprised me.
As Collegiate has outscored Labette County 12-1 in under 3 minutes of play, as Kagan Bates checks into the ball game. Underneath, here goes Collegiate off the glass, it's good. Batiste back-to-back scores. Him and Parker have combined for all 14 of Collegiate's points, and underneath being fouled is Hudson Baker, as he just kind of Ganters his way to the free throw line, shoulders sagged. That's kind of his physique anyways.
Yeah. As Hudson normally, I mean, I know he wanted to make that shot and get the and one, but you got to keep your head held high in these situations. You're not out of this game yet.
Baker misses the first free throw. He's shot a lot of free throws as Labette trails Collegiate 36-39, 4:52 in the third quarter. Baker makes the second. He has 14 points and has only made 2 baskets, or 2 field goals, rather. Here comes Collegiate. Bautiste pulls up, air ball. Rebound, Phillips. Here he comes up ahead, Baker. Good pass, and he will miss the layup. Came in too hot. Rebound, Chegg. Here they come. Page avoids the foul. Bates scrapping. Page pokes it away. Here he comes, wide open floor. Page lays it in, and we're tied at 39.
And that was beautiful court awareness by Page as he just kind of slowed down so he could kiss it off the glass perfectly, because it could have been really easy for him to run way too quickly down to the other end.
Here comes Drumright with a kick to Bautiste. He's on a 4-0 run for his team. But Page just answered it, and Page with bad defensive position gets called for a foul. Wasn't hitting him very hard at all. He basically just called it because he wasn't in good form, if you will.
Yeah, I just don't think the ref, he wasn't moving his feet enough for the ref, I guess, and got turned around, so he was facing the wrong direction.
Collegiate's outscored Labette 14-4, tying the game at 39 here in the first half of the third quarter, as there's an even 4 minutes left in it. As they'll throw it inside. Raspberry free throw line poked away. Phillips collapses, can't find. Still in the hands of Bautiste on the far side. He'll take Eaton baseline. Bates was going to take the charge, but wasn't in good position, and he lays it in. Bautiste has 6 points. 2-point lead for Collegiate again. Bates saves it from going out of bounds. Spins. Bounce past Baker. What a feed! And he'll tie the game again. Kagan Bates. Unbelievable. 41 each. 3.5 to go.
And Griff Eaton had just barely thrown that over Kagan. We weren't sure if he was going to recover, but great recovery and court awareness of Hudson.
The lid has come off for Collegiate as Ahmad makes the turnaround from the free throw line. He has 6. It's a shootout now. Bates has to get rid of it, and he'll hurl it. Bad pass, intercepted. Not a great decision from the freshman.
Yeah, and that time the Collegiate defense, they were double teaming him on the inbound, so that was just unfortunate by Kagan, just kind of suffering from just a little too much pressure from the Spartans.
On the floor for Labette is Kagan Bates, Joe Page, Hudson Baker, Xavier Phillips, and Griffin Eaton. That's 3 personal fouls on Joe Page, 3 as a team on Labette, 4 on Collegiate as a squad. Student section packed full. Good ball game. Labette led by 10 at the break. 3 minutes, 5 seconds. Third quarter, Ahmad looking to work on the freshman. Left hand layup, good. Bates with it. Collegiate still picking him up. They'll drop back a little. Eaton's pressured from behind, and he traveled.
And that's just unfortunate, as some Labette County fans were hoping for a foul there, as it was aggressive defense, but they're doing a clean job so far of pressuring Griff Eaton.
Ahmad running point. Circle, or pardon, I'm thinking circle. They have the similar
I know,
colors.
it's kind of gotten me messed up a few times myself.
Here's a backdoor reverse kick. Parker, it would be a big 3. Misses. Oh, a big miss from Parker. Here's Phillips. Oh, bad pass from Phillips. Up ahead, stolen by Ahmad. Here comes Collegiate, up by 4, looking for their biggest lead in eternity.
And Labette is struggling right now mentally. I don't know if they're only down by 4.
Here's a 3-pointer, barely hit the front of the rim. The rebound tipped out by Page. It stays with Collegiate. All the things that were going Labette's way in the first half haven't. That's exactly how you should describe this second half so far.
And it's just unfortunate because you can just kind of see the morale. I mean, these guys are tired. They're working. But Labette County needs something to fire these guys up because they're still very in this ball game.
Barrett Heston checks in for Kagan Bates. Heston had a big impact as well. Hard minutes played by both these freshmen. Inbounds goes to Bautiste. I think it was tipped. It goes behind the backboard. Nope. No, it wasn't. It'll be Labette County ball. 2:17 third quarter. Labette just has 4 points in the third quarter after scoring well over 20 in the second quarter. Heston's going to throw it in, throws it over the top to Vincent, turns into the chest of two blue jerseys and is fouled.
And I understand the frustration of Jaden Parker, as I believe that's who this foul will be called on. Or no, it'll be 23.
Bautiste.
As that is frustrating. Because it didn't look like he touched him very much, but the refs are calling that.
That's 3 on AJ, 5 on Collegiate, 3 on Labette still. Heston in the corner for 2. In and out, looked great. Baker with the one-hand snag. He's fouled as he hits the deck along with 2 Spartans. Hudson working hard, but a nice stroke from the freshman Heston in the corner.
Yeah, and good work by Baker, because being hooked in the arm like that, I mean, he couldn't move his right arm whatsoever, so being able to just hang on to the ball and draw the foul. Tough play there by Baker.
On the floor for Collegiate, just to recap, man, do they shuffle a lot. It is Fair, Drumright, Weta, Shackelford, and Bautiste for Labette. It is Heston, Page, Phillips, Vincent, and Baker. With 2:03 on the clock, third quarter, they just wiped some sweat off the floor, so we had a moment. 45-41, Spartans. Labette with the basketball. Heston inbounding near the cheerleaders. If you're facing the goal, he's to the left side underneath it. Bounce pass Phillips in the near corner. Heston coming to set a screen for Vincent on the rotation. He won't use it. Throw it inside to Page with position on the short corner. Finds Heston now. He will travel. That was close. That was close. I trust the ref on that one because from here it didn't really look like it, but I can see why it would if you were closer.
Yeah. And that's just unfortunate because they did have good ball movement, and I thought for a second Joe Page was going to take that shot. So Labette County working, trying to get something on offense, but we'll see what they can do here on defense.
Minute 40, third quarter. Labette County still stuck at 6 offensive points in the third quarter. As a rebound goes off of Baker's hands and Vincent's hands, it stays with Collegiate, and just little things like that have really hurt Labette County.
Yeah, that's just something, like I said, they have tended to struggle with, and not being able to create anything offensively makes these mistakes just that much more magnified.
Griff Eaton checks in for Barrett Heston. Ball goes to Fair in the corner, picked up by Vincent. Bautiste, now we're all the way to the opposite corner. Still being worked, they're looking for driving lanes. Here comes a curl, well defended by Page, stays in the hands of Fair. Shaking his drum right, finds Shackelford, eyeing down Hudson. Switches left and right, bounce pass, kick out, three-pointer blocked by Page. Rebound tipped out to Bautiste. Having to recover is Labette. And a travel as Coach Argabright was going to erupt if a foul was called, as you could hear his foot slam on the half-court line as the whistle was blown, and he awaited what the crime was as the ref says, Coach, you got to stay in your box.
Yeah.
And Argabright just says, nah. Just kind of shrugged it off as Ahmad checks back in for Weta. Minute 4 on the clock. Labette trails by 4. Collegiate with 20 points in the second half. Labette with just 6. Griff Eaton has it stolen. Sorry, Isabel, as Fair stole it, and he'll make the layup. Just like that, Collegiate's up by 6. Griff Eaton's had a hard time in this press.
That's what I was going to say, is Collegiate has been relentless, and then, of course, Ahmad just takes the steal. 43 seconds. Labette, it feels like they have to score here, even though they don't. Here's Page crossing over, loses it. Ball's on the deck. That's a jump ball possession. Collegiate. Goodness. And you can just see the disheartened faces of the Grizzlies right now as they just desperately need something. They have been stuck at 41 for what seems a long time.
Here's Collegiate with the basketball, 26 seconds and going. They lead by 6. Labette led by 10 at the half. They've outscored them 22-6 in the third quarter. Dribbling out clock at the paw is Bautiste. He's played well. He has 6 points. Parker with 10. He had those early in the third. 6 seconds. Bautiste has to go. Cradles, shoots, misses, and an over the back is going to be called on Bautiste. I think that's 4 or 5 on Bautiste. As that'd be big if it's 5. I can't remember. But Labette has 3.1 on the clock. It's 4.
That's 4, yeah.
Ooh, but it's 1-1 for Griff Eaton.
Oh, this is huge.
That's big time.
As I said earlier, we didn't know, how close this game would be or if it would come down to free throws. But to be able to take a free shot like this, free throws are everything now moving forward.
That is big time. Kagan Bates checks in for Trey Vincent, and Kendall Holtzman, who scored late in the game against Mulvane, replaces Joe Page. Brett Wetta replaces Carter Drumright. I don't think I've ever seen a team substitute more than Wichita Collegiate tonight.
No, this has been insane.
Yeah. As this is a big front end for Griff Eaton, Isabel.
Yes, it is huge.
Misses. Baker fighting, can't get it over Chegg. Pass up ahead, and I don't think he got the shot off. Missed it anyways. Labette outscored 22-6 in that third quarter as they led by 10 at the break. It is Collegiate 47, Labette 41. We'll be back in 60 seconds on KLKC Parsons. Collegiate with the basketball to open up the fourth quarter, and it tumbles out of bounds. Tipped by Joe Page. It stays with Wichita Collegiate. Just 26 ticks have come off the scoreboard here in Harrison. 47-41 Collegiate. Put it on your Grizzlies in that third quarter, outscoring them 22-6. Big possession defensively for Labette County. Griff Eaton has laser focus on his facial expression. Here's Fair with the layup, and he's going to be fouled by Hudson Baker, and Quentin Fair, who's 1 for 2 from the line tonight, will go shoot 2.
Yeah, like you said, Labette County being outscored by the deficit they were is just unfortunate, and that third quarter did not look pretty for them. So this fourth quarter will determine everything, but hopefully we will see them produce more on offense.
First free throw's no good as Fair makes a face as if it's a rare miss for him, and he's burying that right foot already, awaiting the ball from the referee underneath the net. Here he gets it. That's just going to have to buckle down, and he misses the second. Really thought about falling, but trickled off the front of the rim. Here comes Labette County, gets over the head of the press, bounce pass inside, off of Labette County. It's Collegiate ball. Student section can't believe it. Argabright can't believe it. Referee signals that it was tipped off of Labette. .7:10 left in the game. Grizzlies have found themselves in a tough situation. Here's Shackelford flipping it to the near wing, Weta. Now Fair looking to make up for those 2 missed free throws on the last trip down here. Here's Chegg, defended by Baker. Shackelford penetrating, bounce pass across the floor. Ahmad, big 3 if he hits it, and he misses. Rebound Vincent. Defended by Fair, dribbling with the left hand, flip up to Phillips. Fakes left, goes right, picks up his dribble. Here's Eaton. Looking to drive baseline, and does. Shoots, misses. Wow, he almost made that, is he?
Yeah.
And he'll shoot 2 free throws as he's fouled. That's the 8th team on Collegiate. Labette with just 4.
And that was a good effort there. You got to get something, whether it's, making the baskets or you're drawing the fouls. So hopefully Labette County can capitalize on this, and Griff Eaton can put these away.
This is the 24th free throw for Labette tonight, and Griff misses. That's 3 misses in a row for Griff, whereas in the first half he went 6 for 6, but he gets another. A host of Spartans check in. Involved in the slew is Parker, Batiste, Hines Turner. Man, these were their heavy hitters in that first half.
Yeah.
Their starters are back in the game, and they're ready to rip. But, man, their bench is great, huh? That Collegiate bench is deep.
Yeah, we have definitely seen scoring from all fronts of this Collegiate team.
Collegiate wants a timeout. Griff Eaton will shoot a free throw. Labette's down 6, 6.5 to go. We'd like to thank Labette Health for powering our broadcast of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Other sponsors for tonight's broadcast include the following:
Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clements Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, Unified School District USD 506, the Corner Store of Altamont, Day and Zimmerman, and SCK Orthopedic.
6:33 on the scoreboards on the east and west ends, as well as the hovering scoreboard, which you don't see too often in the state of Kansas in high school 4A, above that LC Grizzly Paw, where Trey Vincent and Matthew Boyle await a defensive possession as Griff Eaton's at the stripe, shooting 1 free throw. As Arkerbright is screaming about something, and apparently he was in the right, because the ref took the ball back from Griff, positioned somebody, and then gave it back to Eaton, who makes it. No idea what that is about, nor do I care. Labette County down by 5.
Whatever it was, he was passionate.
Wow. Eaton won for his last 4 free throw attempts, but he made 6 straight in the first. Can't complain. 6:20 to go. Labette within 5. Feels like a lot more just because of the flow of how this second half is gone.
You just want so badly something to break so that Labette County can kind of claw their way back in.
Parker makes a floater, working on Boyle. I think he's playing with 4 fouls, as here's a pass over the head to Trey Vincent. Now Baker underneath, lays it in. They need to start playing through him, as he only has 3 2-point field goals, but he does have 16 points.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, they need to be able to utilize him, and this is the time to do it.
Here goes Shackelford. Labette needs a stop. A 4-0 run would be magical.
Yeah.
Flip that Mo and get within 1. 5:35. Eyeing down his defender is Hines Turner, leaning, shooting, and scoring is Hines Turner. Man, he's a big body. He is a freshman. I don't know why you take him out of the game. Actually, I think he's in foul trouble. But regardless, he scores. Eaton pulls up and connects from the elbow. Argerbright leans in confidently and calls a full timeout. Labette back within 5. Boy, oh boy, what a big-time shot from Griffin Eaton. 5:20 on the clock. We're going to step aside for a 60-second timeout on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, We are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Quebec County set and ready for some defense as Coach Fiegel's crew breaks their huddle. And this is a big, I'm not even going to say big 520. This is a big defensive stand.
Yeah.
They need a 4-0 run.
Yeah, Lebec County had such good momentum coming off their last basket, so they need something here.
Here comes Ahmad, dribbling in between two defenders, loses it on the deck. Can Lebec create the jump ball? No, they can't. What an effort from Ahmad. Ball's worked around the floor. Parker drives, shoots, and misses. Fighting for it was Baker, but he lost the battle. Goodness, what a fight inside that red paint. And he traveled. It's Hines Turner.
Man, that was huge. As you were just, I mean, you could tell that Collegiate wanted to score so badly, but that was the break Lebec County needed.
Yes, it was. That's even better than a missed shot as a Collegiate mistake. They throw it in, and then it's intercepted by Ahmad. I don't understand. Lebec County can't throw the ball in on this press. You got to bring down somebody.
Yeah, and
it's just 2-on-2.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they haven't adjusted to that because it has been the same thing every time they have thrown the ball.
Yeah.
It's extremely frustrating to watch.
4:40 in the game. Lebec down 5. Argerbright being signaled to get back in his box. 4:30. Ahmad holding the ball at his hip at the paw, defended by Eaton, played well with those fouls he's got. And here goes Parker. He's been a baller second half. 4:17, defended by Vincent. Good matchup, kick corner, good rotation. Ahmad gets a step, shoots a floater, and it's going to go. He's not going to miss that.
Yeah, I was going to say, he has had beautiful shots all night, so of course that one's going to fall too.
And they get it into Vincent, and he is fouled by Batiste. Now that has to be his 4th. I lied earlier. Maybe it's his 5th as he walks right over to the bench.
Yes, it is.
As he was huge as Parker went on a quick 10-0 run.
And that just, I mean, if you're a Collegiate fan, you hate to see him sit down because there's still 4 minutes of the ball game left. And he was definitely a crucial participant in those presses.
Vincent just has 2 points, hasn't shot a free throw all night, misses, and Boyle, that's got to be a foul. Yeah, it is. That's going to be on Hines Turner as Vincent missed it way to the left and it went real high. And as Boyle was going up, that was a foul on Hines Turner. He was cut under it pretty hard. And that's 5 on Hines Turner. Wow. He is really good. That's a good ball player standing right there.
Yeah, he has played phenomenally all night. I know we've said his name a bunch, and that is just unfortunate.
So now Matthew Boyle still, double bonus. He'll shoot 2. Jim is quiet. He hasn't shot a free throw all night. He missed. Everyone still thought it was bonus. And Boyle's going to get one more. Man, they're down 7. 53-46. That looks like a lot just looking at that scoreboard, Isabel.
It does. It's definitely with time ticking down and only 4 minutes to go. I mean, it is a tall mountain to climb, but we'll see what the Grizzlies can do here.
Boyle makes the second.
And that's a start. I mean, they just got to get down, play some good D, and see what the Cards hold for them.
Lebec with just 10 points all combined in the second half. And here's a turnover. Parker threw it away. He was looking for fair. Good ball pressure from Trey Vincent, and on the near side, Griff Eaton, he threw it away.
And if you're Lebec County, you need to capitalize on this next play to get something going.
Trey Vincent working on the good defender. That is Shackelford. Looking to drive with the right hand. Cradles, shoots, misses. Baker flies in, and it's tipped out, and it's going to be Collegiate ball. But what an effort from Hudson Baker.
Yeah, you couldn't have expected anything more from those. It was just an unfortunate miss. So Lebec County going to dig in and play some more defense.
3:40. Argerbright signaling for some help from the atmosphere. They've been good, but he wants more. 3.5. Parker double teamed, and it's stolen. It's on the floor. Oh, and then it's ran down by Shackelford. It rolled all the way across half court. He's worked on by Phillips now. Parker has a lane, cradles. How is that a foul? Xavier Phillips is going to be called on a foul. as Parker was driving.
And I don't know if he just didn't move his feet and slap the ball or what that was about. That was interesting.
First on Xavier, just the 5th on Labette, but that's not of anyone's concern right now. They trail by 6 with 3:15 to go. Quentin Fair double teamed, has to throw it over the lengthy Phillips, and does, actually underneath his leg to Ahmad. Burning time is Collegiate. Ahmad fakes high, throws it high over Boyle. They're just playing catch, and they throw it away again.
That is just unfortunate. As you know, those turnovers are a big deal this late in the game, and you can just see the angst on the Collegiate's players.
Phillips, it's 2-on-3 and they're not adjusting. He somehow gets it into Eaton. Eaton wanted to go short corner, has nowhere to go. Bounce pass is going to be stolen away. Unreal play from Shackelford. Eaton with a few uncharacteristic turnovers here this evening, and that was big. Timeout Collegiate. Labette has put themselves in about as many pickle jars as I've ever seen, and they're still down 2 possessions with 2:40 to go.
Yeah, I mean, you're not out of this yet, but every play, I mean, especially with 2:42 to go, I mean, every possession matters a lot, and you can't just have empty ones, and so it's definitely something that I know Coach Arkwright is going to emphasize on him as Xavier's down there waving his arms emphatically to his teammates, trying to get him hyped up as he wants this so bad.
Labette scored over 20 points in the second quarter and led by 10 at the break. Collegiate returned the favor and outscored Labette 22-6 in the third, and Labette is still sitting at just 12 points in all of the second half, while Collegiate is just churned and burned. But the one thing that's kept Labette in the game is that even though Labette can't capitalize, neither can Collegiate.
Yeah,
realistically, it should be a 12-point game.
Yeah, realistically it should, but Collegiate's kind of plateaued on their production as well. And it's just a matter of Labette County getting back in it.
Ahmad pitches it in right in front of him to Shackelford. They're not looking like they're in any hurry to score. They've turned it over on back-to-back possessions just from throwing it around. Here's Parker. Ooh, Phillips could have gotten that one. Here's Ahmad, touches the paint, kicks it. Shackelford, 2:30 now. Paint touch, Fair makes it. Oh my.
They are so good at those 6-foot jump shots. As another one sinks for Collegiate.
Phillips is going to throw it in. It's still 2-on-3. And they throw it to Vincent. Up ahead, looking to drive. Bounce pass to Baker. Shoots and misses. Fighting. And it's a foul going the other way. That's not going to make some people happy in this building.
Yeah, as again, Baker outsizing, just wants to reach over, but the refs are not liking that.
Now you're down 8 with 2:07. It's been a slow bleed because every time you think you have a chance, Circle doesn't allow it to happen. Here comes Quentin Fair and a timeout, Collegiate, and we will take this one with them. 30 seconds on KLKC.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to LavetteHealth.com. (47-55) with 1:58 left in the game. Hudson Baker just picked up his third personal, and it's Collegiate basketball. You got to give credit to Collegiate, Isabel. They came out ready to rock and punched Labette in the face.
They did. That third quarter, they did not hold back, and they haven't held back since.
Here comes Ahmad dribbling into Phillips. Now Parker getting inside, back to Fair. They're in no need to hurry, as Labette's going to have to get on the ball. As here Griff Eaton's guarding Shackelford right side. Swipes at it but misses. On the floor, Parker rolls away, and here's Fair with it. Somehow Collegiate's getting those loose balls. as for some reason Labette is not guarding Collegiate. I have no idea why. A 3-foot cushion everywhere the ball is. Still nothing. 47-55, and here goes Ahmad. Up, under, misses, rebound Baker. So Collegiate, for some reason, shot it after they burned off 30 seconds, and then it's thrown away.
And that's just frustrating to watch because you can see, I mean, they were all over Hudson, and he just tried to get it to Griff, but right over his hands did the ball go out of bounds.
This is a disciplined, they'll press you all game, full court
they
Collegiate team. Ahmad drives, throws it off of Baker's shin, and guess where it goes? Right into the hands of his teammate. Shackelford gets by Eaton, throws it to Parker, short corner, and he's fouled by Phillips. And I think that puts him in the 1-and-1. It does. That's his 7th-team foul on Labette County. Xavier's second. Brutal second half, Isabel. Brutal.
Yeah, this has just been so terrifying to watch as these Labette Grizzlies have just been nonstop harassed. You can just see it in their body language. They have not enjoyed this second half whatsoever.
Parker shoots the front end and misses long. Baker, nice board from Hudson. So Labette still with a little bit of life, 60 seconds, down by 8, and the ball. Page is open. Phillips keeps it, shoots from 12, and air balls out of bounds. It'll be Wichita basketball.
As Xavier was looking for the tipped ball there, but doesn't get it. Now it's going to be their turn to try to press Collegiate.
As it's not really going to work as they break it with ease, and Ahmad just slows things down in the half court.
I mean, you'd expect a team that can press as well as these guys to break one.
As here's a foul on Vincent going after the ball on Parker, and he'll shoot another front end of a 1-and-1. That's Trey's 3rd or 4th, I believe. Yeah, that's Trey's 4th. .6 on the clock. Parker hits these, man, that's double digits with 41 seconds, and he makes the first.
Yeah, and when you're up by 8, I mean, with less than a minute to go, the pressure is not really on you, so Parker making these with ease.
Second is good. 10-point lead for Collegiate. Timeout, Spartans. We'll keep it here for one last time and thank Labette Health for making tonight's broadcast possible. We'd like to invite you to stay tuned for our post-game show, and we promise we won't be cut off this time. Brought to you by Bowen Pharmacy, and other sponsors for the broadcast include
Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clements Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Person Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, the Unified School District to USD 506, the Corner Store of Altamont, Day and Zimmerman, and SCK Orthopedic.
Thank you, Isabel, as we just take a quick reminder that we will be traveling to Towanda, Kansas to take on those Thunderbirds on their home floor. That'll be on Saturday, girls at 6, boys to follow. It's always fun going to Circle. Up there kind of by Mulvane, about 40 miles shy.
I was going to say it's closer than Mulvane.
Yeah.
So it won't be as far as we traveled Tuesday.
Phillips throws it into Vincent. They've got to get moving. He's walking. 37 seconds. You're down by 10. Crossing half court, here goes Vincent, picked up by Ahmad. And he'll give a stutter step and finally dish it off to Phillips. Nice dump to Baker. He'll corral it. And he has it stripped but gets it back. Goes up, shoots, misses, no foul called. Rebound Collegiate, and that'll do it. As Joe Page is going to put in one more effort and foul Parker. What a win for Collegiate.
Yeah, I mean, you're down 10 at half. Things aren't going your way. I mean, the way that they have responded in this second half has been unbelievable. But what an effort.
Parker's the one he fouled. 2 for his last 3. Misses this one. Still a 1-and-1, so rebound Page. Ball's tipped, but in the hands of Phillips. Clock winding down this time. 10 seconds. Eaton shoots it from the corner. Misses. Labette's not going to foul. They'll drop back and wave the white flag. Led by 10 at the break, which unfortunately isn't a lot, but then you go around, lose the second half by 20, and lose by 10. Labette moves to 1-2 on the season and loses in the second game of the Towanda Circle Classic. They'll play Saturday after the girls' game at 6. 47-57, Wichita Collegiate wins it. That's your final from Harrison Gymnasium. We'll step aside for a 3-minute timeout here on KLKC and come back with our Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. By double figures at 10 at the break. Outscore your Grizzlies by 20 in the second half. Jack Leake with Isabel Redford and Lucas Hayward on the live stream that we still have pumping out on YouTube. You can hear us on there as well. Isabel, the box score looks like this in terms of quarter by quarter. Labette County, this is my unofficial totals. First quarter 9 points, second quarter 26. That's unbelievable. Third quarter 6, fourth quarter 6. I know those are right. Score 12 points and a half. That's brutal. Collegiate goes 10 points, 15 points, 22. So they beat Labette County in that third quarter 22-6, and then outscored them 10-6 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, that's definitely a hard loss if you're Labette County to take, especially playing so well that you did in the second quarter and then coming back in halftime feeling like you're in control. But then Collegiate just turned on the Jets and never looked back. So definitely a heartbreaking loss for the Grizzlies tonight.
scoring totals for the visitors. Parker had 21. He was fantastic. He was the heartbeat of their comeback, which took place early in that third quarter as he scored 10 straight points. He was followed up by Ahmad. He played well from the inside. He had 10. Fair had 11. Ahmad had 10. Batiste had 6. Hines Turner had 6. He's a good ball player, I'm telling you. Raspberry had 2. Shackelford had a point. For Labette County, Hudson Baker had 16, leading score for back-to-back games. Griffin Eaton had 11 and was in foul trouble. Made 7 free throws, 7 of his 11 from the line. Phillips had 6, all in the second quarter. Joe Page had 7. Kagan Bates had 4. Trey Vinson had 2. And Matthew Boyle had 1. So Labette County really got put away. I'm not going to say put away by any means, but I guess I should say early you could tell that this game was going to come down to the final couple minutes, and we might be behind, and we were. I mean, Collegiate really made a statement early in that third quarter. I mean, they were down 1 or up 1 or tied right in that gap in under 3 minutes. It was like 6:04, and they were tied or something like that. Quick. Yeah,
it was definitely something where, again, you think coming out of the third quarter, we're going to be close. There might be a chance, that we stay in control. But just that press that Collegiate had all game long, it was just this full court press, and it was just that 3-on-2 coverage. And I don't know why Labette County never adjusted to the press or bringing, like you said, you had mentioned this over one of the breaks, was bringing somebody else up or bringing one of their bigs up. And I feel like they did it once or twice, but it was almost like, we broke it once, we're just going to go back. And they just continued to just harass our front 2 guards, whoever those 2 were at the time. And it was just super unfortunate to watch. I mean, they got a lot of steals off of it, and just as kind of our girls did to them in the first game of just scoring off of that, the boys almost did that at will, and so it was very, very frustrating to watch, and to say the least. But yeah, just a tough loss tonight, and hopefully, again, another thing we can come back and learn from.
As Coach Argerbright is going to join us, if you'd be kind enough, Lucas, to let him have a seat, we appreciate it.
Are we going to get to talk this week?
We are going to get to talk this week.
We will not get cut off.
Unless, Coach Price pulls something funky down there, but I think we're okay.
We're good here.
But, yeah, you have the official totals there. I just kind of have some scratch here. But, Coach, a tough one.
Freshman.
Yeah, they had a couple really good freshmen. Hines Turner and Parker had 21 as Argerbright just looks over the book. But just initial thoughts. I know it's a tough second half.
Tough second half, really tough third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we did a nice job in the first half of really handling the pressure. The big thing with these guys is always handling the pressure, and I thought we did a good job at times. We had a lapse there in the third quarter where they scored probably, I don't know, it felt like 6 buckets in a minute.
Yes.
And that really hurt. You can't let that happen to a good ball club that's ranked in the state like this. But hats off to what's called Collegiate. They're a great program. They play great defense. And I'm proud of this group tonight for their effort. And it just didn't go our way on some buckets. We missed some bunnies that we'd like to have back. But, we were right there. It wasn't like it was anywhere close to a blowout or anything like that. We're right where we want to be. And we got to learn from it. We talked about that in the locker room. We have to learn from this one and move on and be ready to go for Circle on Saturday.
Coach, that second quarter was something else. That was a pretty darn good second half or quarter.
Yeah.
22 points in it. Talk about what went well in those really positive stretches.
What I was really, really happy with is I played 2 freshmen there, that Kagan and Bear Heston. And it might not show in the minutes or the points, but to throw those guys in a hostile kind of group like that plays really good defense like that for freshmen, really proud of them for coming in there and being ready to play. But that whole second quarter, we hit some free throws. We got them in some foul trouble. Griffin hit some big free throws down the stretch there, but just taking care of the ball, and we hit some big shots. But we got to find a way to score in the second half now. 6 points in each quarter in that third and fourth isn't good enough. So, we talked about holding them to 50. We hold them to 57. So, we just got to score in that second half. We only scored 12 points second half. You can't do that against a good team.
Right. And this circle tournament, I mean, last year, I know I don't want to keep strumming the same harp, but it makes teams so much better.
Yeah.
And so just talk about that aspect of it. The fact that you're punched in the mouth in the third quarter, but how do you mold a new team out of that?
Yeah,
we
talked about that down in the locker room, how good this tournament is for us. It's only going to make us better for February, March, and that's what we're striving for. At the end of the day, a lot of people aren't going to remember if we beat Collegiate towards February or March, but this is a great battle test for us. That, in our schedule, we don't get anybody that's just we're going to walk out and just roll them. That's not how 4A and 5A basketball works. You got to be ready to play every night, and this tournament, Wichita Collegiate's very aggressive. They had a lot of fouls, but that's because they play such tough defense and they play a lot of kids. So it really helps us out down the stretch for our later games in the season. So I like being in this tournament because it's going to make us better. And Circle's ranked 9th, and these guys are ranked 6th in 3A, and we're going to play 9th ranked Circle on Saturday in 4A. So there's no days off. We're going to have to be ready to go and have a good day tomorrow.
As coach, we were cut off. I'm sure some of you listeners are familiar, maybe not, but Hudson Baker scored 23.
23 and 12 is what he ended up with.
Was it 12?
Yep,
Double-double, and tonight,
17.
I think 17, okay. Just talk about him a little bit. He's making strong moves, taking it downhill from the high post, things we didn't see him do a lot last year, but showed hints.
I can't say enough good things about him right now. He is his effort on both ends has been really phenomenal. He had some hellacious blocks tonight, excuse my language.
Oh, man.
But really playing really hard basketball. Going into tonight, he was averaging 21 and 10 through 2 games, so I know tonight he probably had 17 and 10. So, the big goal for him this year was just to take that next step, to be an all-state player, all-league player, and right now he's showing flashes of that nightly. So, and with Hudson, I know he only had a couple buckets there in the second half. I think he missed 2 or 3 down there that he would like to have back.
Yep.
And that'll come. It's just playing at that speed and all that early in the season. Just going to be a really fun kid to watch this season, and I'm really proud of his effort right now.
He really is. This Saturday we'll play Circle. The girls tip at 6. The boys will follow. And then I believe we kick it in.
Yep, Indy on Tuesday, Parsons on Friday.
Yep, so that'll be a fun week, and a final tune-up for SEK play will take place on Saturday night. What are you looking for? You going to practice tomorrow?
Yeah,
Okay,
all right. I told you that a second ago, no days off. We're going to go. We got to get ready. They do some different stuff that we haven't seen, so we're going to have to, just like we practice for all that press, this is another good part of that tournament. You got to treat it like a state tournament or Burlington week. You don't get those days off. You got to practice and then make that one day count. So we'll be back in there tomorrow, and I won't be nice. We'll be there till 6 o'clock. So
awesome.
We're going to get better, and hopefully we show a good outing like we did tonight on Saturday.
Well, very nice. Go get better tomorrow, Coach, and best of luck Saturday evening at Towanda. And anything else?
Yeah. No, I want to congratulate Coach Vollmer on a great win.
Absolutely.
Her first win as head coach at Labette County High School. That's special, and I'm glad she got it at our home court. And I'm thinking of Landry O'Brien tonight. Tough go for her. But really thinking about her, and I'm proud of the girls program tonight. So not where we want to be yet, but we're going to get there.
For sure, Coach. Thanks for coming up as always. Hopefully we're having a good conversation on Saturday night.
I hope so too.
Another late night, but hey, we're going to get used to those pretty quick.
7:30 on Saturday, we'll be in Circle. Go Grizzlies.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck to you. Head coach Bradley Argerbright. Labette County falls 57-47. Isabel, any final words before we wrap it up?
No, I think Coach Argerbright summed it up really well. We were super excited with the girls' performance tonight. Our best thoughts and prayers go out to Landry O'Brien. And, of course, as always, boys, tough loss, but we're going to learn from it. They're going to get better. And hopefully we see some good improvement on Saturday as we are up in Circle. So please, please, please come out and support our team in person, or we would love for you to join us online on the live stream or on the radio. So we thank you guys so much for your support as always, and we are so, so thankful we get to do this every night.
For Isabel Redford, Lucas Hayward, and Amanda back at the studio in Parsons, I'm Jack Leake. Thanks for tuning in to another evening of Labette County Grizzly basketball. We'll talk to you on Saturday around 5:45 for our pregame show. We'll talk soon on KLKC, and as always, God bless.